And welcome to Gilbert Gordon Oval here for the RDNFL Game 2 of the finals, the elimination finals here between the Riddell Creek Bombers, Romsey Redbacks. You got myself, Tony White, Paul Turner and Gavin Spall. How are we, guys?
Very well, mate, and we're doubling up, so we're backing up again. The voice is holding up, so we're looking forward to a really good game. It's a cracking day here. It's not a breath of wind, and, well, that's a lie. It's actually a little bit blowing across the ground, but it's a really good day for footing. The ground is in absolutely magnificent condition, so... and we've got a good crowd coming in here too. Yeah,
look, the crowd's building up. We've got the game here at the moment in the reserves between Woodend, Heskett and Riddell. Woodend, Heskett leading 6-4, 40 to 4-4, 28 in the last quarter. So this looks like a nice close contest as well.
Yeah, so it is, and looks like Woodend's on top of this one by a long way, so they'll be playing
Romsey. Next week after Romsey lost against Waddle.
So I'll just warn everybody that Tony is a bit one-eyed when it comes to commentating Romsey games, so don't put any negative comments online, but he's incredibly one-eyed, and we will try and keep it neutral for him.
They call me Captain Hook with me patch on, so that's all right. Don't worry about that. Gav, what about you today, mate?
Looking forward to it, mate. Back up. Finals footy's always great. So nice day up here at Woodend. It's plenty of cars around, so there's a big crowd. Exciting day for footy and exciting for the two sides that are going to play each other. So it's great.
And like you and I called the women's grand final here a few weeks back. The ground's in great condition. The crowd that night was awesome as well. So looks it should be another good atmosphere.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see the crowds get up and about, because at that women's grand final you could certainly hear the crowd in the background. So hopefully we hear a bit of the same today.
And if everyone's wondering, we are surrounded here by the Riddell umpires. So Paul's going to be on his best behaviour today.
Absolutely not. We will absolutely rip them to bits as we normally do, and we will criticise all the decisions because that's what people expect.
All right. So before we jump into our interviews, what's everyone's tip for today?
I'm the kiss of death. And every game in the last 4 or 5 weeks, I've tipped the losers, so I'm not going to say nothing.
I think it just means that you're no good at what you're doing.
Well, there's many people who suggest that.
Well, it's easy, mate. Tip the one you don't want to win.
Oh, Romsey.
Yeah, there you go.
That's just cruel.
No, only because we want to see you squirm. You're like a Collingwood supporter.
Don't ever call me that.
No, look, I think Riddell. I mean, they lost only after the siren last week, and look, it's a game today with no ruckman. Let's be honest. Both sides have lost all their ruck power. So it'd be really interesting out of the middle of the ground to see how this pans out today. Last week they put Trent Stead in the middle, and in the second half, and he was really, really dominant. And I don't think Mills has been selected today. So, as you said, Romsey have lost their ruckman too, and
Kane
Brinkhouse has had a snow skiing accident. Is that true?
Yeah, silly boy decides to jump on a snowboard and does his AC joint week out of the final. So. We're going to be joined here by Riddell coach Justin Belver. How are you, Justin?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Good luck today.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the club. You know, you've got all 3 teams in the finals. Is that right? Yeah, even the 19s?
No, 19s missed out this year, yeah. So we've got the 2 in. We've got a fair few netball teams in as well. Our A graders didn't play today, so they end up on top.
So the club's in good form then?
It is, yeah. The last couple of years been good.
We had you guys last week against Wallen. Very, very stiff last kick of the day.
Yeah.
Gets on top, but Wallen get through yesterday as well unscathed.
Yeah,
so that's very good for you guys to say you're right up there.
I think our best, on any day, our best can beat anyone in this comp. Like anyone, I think it shows the state of the league at the moment. And, look, we've beaten the top teams, but we've lost to the bottom teams. So I think it's just a bit of luck, as you say. That's what happened last week, but that's football.
Yeah, I checked you guys out against Diggers out of Diggers a couple of weeks ago, and really impressive on that day. 2 young sides today. Both sides have a lot of young kids. Are you expecting a fast game?
I think we base our game on a fast game. So, we've got 6 young players that haven't played a senior final before. So it's exciting for them and exciting for the club.
No Nathan Mills today. Is that correct?
No, he's got a prior engagement. We'll leave that one.
Trent Stead in the second half last week against Hayden Gill was magic. Turned the game around, I thought.
Huge, yeah. Steady's been huge last all year. He's there, sort of Mr. Fix-It. He's not overall by going in the ruck. He'll play a lot of ruck today, so he's just one of them players. He's a good footballer, wherever he plays, he's a good team man. So.
Yeah, Paul and I commented last week that his athleticism really nullified Hayden Gill, but then Gill wasn't chasing him on the... So then he turned into an offensive weapon as well.
He's an athlete, Steady. I wouldn't want to be chasing around the park either.
Just wanted to ask about Lockie Tarkson. Missed a lot of footy over the last few years, but been really impressive at key back. Will he go to Jack today?
No, Kiwi Jordan Riddell will play on Jack today. He's had him after probably the last 2 years every time we played him. So Lockie will have a role, but it won't be with him. We missed Lockie last week. He was one of the ones that sort of he couldn't play last week. He was a bit sore, so having him back today is going to be big for us.
Lockie's a red hot chance to probably win the rising star for the league between Lockie and I'd probably say Darcy Lachlan from Romsey as well between the two.
Yeah, I don't know who's actually been nominated. I know Lockie. I think we've got a couple of boys, young boys in there. So whoever wins will be well deserved. So.
You got perfect weather today, so the conditions should be good. I'm a big fan of Bryce Williamson out of the back line. He's just ball use is great, and he sees the ground really, really well. It sets up a lot of play for you guys.
He does, and he's taken over the role as skipper as well. Josh has been out, so he's been super for us. Even around the guys, around training. He's been like that for the last 5 years since I've been coaching. He's been super for us. Real sort of, even though he's still relatively young, but he's one of the most experienced out there we've got, which is good.
And I think we touched on it with particularly with the young guys like Jesse Horton. These guys are you happy that these guys sort of fly under the radar a little bit? They're not the guys that are talked about, but the games I've seen so far this year, they've just been so impressive.
I don't think they fly under the radar. They all know who they are.
Club level.
We're not hiding anyone up at Riddell, I tell you. But all those young blokes, I mean, that's the club's on the right path with all the young blokes. We don't really go out and recruit big names. We've pretty much had the same sort of list, and we're just bringing young blokes through. So, and that's just natural development. He's from where he was at the start of last year to now. His upside is going to just keep growing. So. And there's a lot like that.
Yeah, last week, Oscar Pasenko, I thought he was immense.
Huge,
he was immense last week.
Probably tackle pressure.
Probably only second to Dylan Tarkson, best on ground, I thought, but he was amazing last week. Probably the best game I've seen him play.
Yeah. He's another one who's just developing. He's we've asked him to play heaps of different roles this year, and he's just taken it, on board, and he's been great for us. He's a great kid, and he's a really hard worker. So, Oscar's good.
Have you ever seen a player that's more like almost identical to his old man, like Crofty?
I play with Darren. So Nugget's a special player. He can play a role in the midfield, or he's very dangerous up forward, and he's got himself fit this year. So that's the difference.
Yeah, he's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's actually had a really good year. So, and I expect him to play really well here today.
Yep.
So.
The last game against Romsey, they sent a tag to Hayden Ross for the first half, and they sort of released it at half-time for some unknown reason. That seemed to be working, and he kicks 4 in the second half and turns the game back in your favour. He's a very, very, very smart player.
Oh, he's very smart. Yeah, I don't think it was a real hard tag or anything. I just think Ross is Hayden's he's smart enough to get in the right positions to create or kick goals. So he'll play a role that today. If they tag him, they tag him. It's up to them. I'm not one that tags players, so I don't believe in it, to be honest. I just like one-on-one everywhere.
That sounds good to us. It's going to be good for us calling it that way if it works out that.
I've only got one more question because I've only done a couple of games this year. I've seen a few on there. Still going to win the Bowen?
Ask the umpires.
You think he's a chance?
I think he should.
Yeah, he should be.
But he missed a lot of games. But there they are. Ask them all them. He doesn't get many free kicks, so I don't think he's going to get many votes either. I don't know. Hope things change today. Watch him get mauled out there like every other week. But he's a special player.
Yeah, he is.
In this league, I think he's hands down best player in the league by country mile.
Yeah, it was my comment a couple of weeks ago with these guys on the call. From what I'm seeing at the moment, I think he's the standout player in the competition.
He's got himself super fit. And he's been huge for us, and he's a born leader. So, if he can lead and they jump on his back, I'm happy with that.
Yep, absolutely.
He does pretty well in the forward ruck as well. Like when he goes down to the forward line, and he takes that ruck position. He uses his body so well.
He's a contested beast.
Yeah, he is.
That's the way he goes.
He thrives off the physical contact, doesn't he?
Have a look at him.
Yeah. I stood next to him before and I was trying to get a sausage. I was like, I think I'll just leave this one alone. I reckon.
No, he's good. He's great.
Well, good luck today, mate. I appreciate you jumping on, and I think this is going to be a real. I'm looking forward to the game just because we see so much fantastic young talent from the RDFL that is going to be on display today.
And Romsey in the same position.
Yep.
He's got a lot of young kids, which is good. So it's good for the league. So.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks, boys.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it, mate. Good luck.
Great. Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah, so that's going to be good to hear that we're going to have an attacking two teams just going at each other rather than a lockdown role. That's going to be perfect for us.
Well, I think from a commentary perspective, it's going to suck because this game's going to be fast.
And it'll probably be all on the other side of the ground, like every other ground game we commentate.
This game here so far is all on the other side of the ground, so that's what I'm expecting here. But as I said, two young, really young sides. It's always great. I love these type of games because we see the talent that's coming through in the RDFL when we get two sides like this. And
but
Riddell displayed it last year.
They play very different brands of footy. So Riddell, as we've seen, are really brave with the footy. They switch, and they're probably the best switching side we've seen in our competition this year.
They're probably the only one that doesn't fail to your rule about more than 3 kicks as a turnover.
So more than 3 kicks as a turnover, but they actually get to about 5, and then they're kicking it long. But they switch the ball braver than anyone else, where Romsey are very Jack Jeb Wob, Nathan Blair and Nathan Raymond orientated side, and tend to want to go straight down the middle very quickly, where Riddell will just go sideways and play a very patient brand of footy.
And just for everyone listening at home, that was the final siren, and Wood End Heskett have taken this one away, 6-7-43 to 4-5-29. So Wood End Heskett will go on and play Romsey Reserves next week. And speaking of Romsey, we have the Reserves head coach with us. How are you, Hammer?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Look, it's a bit disappointing yesterday having the loss for both the 19s and the Reserves, but it's great for the Romsey Footy Club to have all 3 teams in finals for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it is good. It has been a long time, especially for the Reserves. No, it's good to have all 3 competing this weekend, and hopefully the seniors get the result and all 3 go again next week. So
tell us a little bit about the club. You had Justin Sherman sign on this year. He's already re-signed for next year. How is he around the coaching group, including yourself as a young coach?
He's been really good. I mean, he has a good relationship with all the players, which is obviously a really good thing to have. And as for me, he's been unreal. He's been really big support for me, and I've learned a lot off him through the pre-season, and he's always there to lend a hand, whether it come, picking the teams, game day, whatever. He's always there, and he's been really good for me. So, yeah.
Cool. Do you have a role today on the bench?
I don't today. No, I don't.
Then you can give us some inside goss. So what's going to happen in the ruck contest? So they got no ruck either, and you've lost your ruckman.
Yep.
So who should we expect for Romsey to be starting off into the centre bounce?
I'd say Ben Way will start in the ruck, which is he's been out through injury a little bit, but having Ben back's huge for us. He's just got a massive sort of presence. So I think Ben in the ruck today, and then I'm not too sure. There's a couple of ways we can go about rotations with Ben, but I think Ben will be the starting ruckman for us today.
And Nath Blair, he suffered that broken arm against Lanceville. We'll call him that game. Long time out. He came back last week. It was really effective as well. And I was reading in one of the reports that Jack did that Blair, he really loves Blair, dribbling the ball, and he's so smart footballer, and his skills obviously just lowers his eyes, finds the right target all the time rather than just being the big Jack Judd Wob Central.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Blair, his injury sort of hurt us a lot. Just not the fact that he's such a good player, but his leadership as well. He's almost like another coach out on the ground, and I mean, everyone knows sort of how good he is and the respect he's got throughout the league and all that sort of stuff. But for Romsey, Blair, he's probably the biggest part of Romsey, I'd say. I mean, being the captain and being the star player he is, his injury really hurt us, and it probably explains a little bit with our form during the middle of the year, losing players like Ben and Nathan and that sort of stuff. But yeah, having Blair back's been huge for us.
So they're going to have I'm sure they're going to plan for Nath Raymond, and after we saw him a couple of weeks ago kick those 6 goals, he was a dominant player. But on the other side of the fence, they got Dylan Tarkson, so I presume the club would have a bit of a plan to try and nullify Dylan's influence in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, I think so. It's just probably going to go Nathan Raymond head-to-head with Dylan, which will be a good match in the middle. Both two fiery sort of inside bulls, really. Yep. So I think it'll be exciting to watch with those two going head-to-head in the middle. And, I mean, Tarko's, he's a hard man to stop. He's dangerous in the middle. He's dangerous forward. So
we've been really impressed with what Romsey have produced this year, but only in fits and spurts. With a 4-quarter performance, I think we saw against Macedon was probably a 4-quarter performance, the first we've seen, which would really be frustrating the coaching panel to see a side so talented fire off for 10 or 15 minutes and just go to sleep again. We saw it against Wood End. You're up until half time, and then they ran over. So that would be frustrating. I'm sure the coaching staff and Justin has worked on that for this summer. Well, for this week anyway.
Yeah, well, it's sort of. I mean, we did have that form slump, so to speak, in the middle of the year. But I mean, we lost to Wood End in a close one. We lost to Macedon in a close one. Lost to Riddell in a reasonably close one. We lost to Melton, who were they probably were the better team on the day. But I mean, we were always in the contest, I suppose, and sort of we found form late. and when it matters. And yeah, we just scraped into the finals, but I think we're an informed side, which is going to be
you have
good
been
today.
over the last. You and Wallen are probably the two form sides going into the finals.
Yeah,
to be honest with you.
And
so I think we've found form at the right time of year.
we've spoken about, the gun players that everyone knows, but the youth in this team is what's really exciting for me. You got multiple under-19 players in, great guys from the reserves. You got Liam Muir's coming in today, Marcus Tucker's in today, Braden Smiley. You got Cal Sankey's been in all year and been playing so well. Sam Wilson, Darcy Locken's dominating all season. That's got to be great for the club as well.
Yeah, it is good. Looking forward, I mean, Darcy, Sam and Cal are still all eligible to play under 19s, and they've been played every game in our senior side. I mean, Darcy's had an unreal year. I think he's come in the top 10 in the league goal kicking for an 18, 19-year-old, and it's just massive upside. I mean, looking future for our club, they're going to be a big part of it. Same with Marcus. They're all going to be really good players to come, and I think Justin's the right bloke coaching-wise to develop them and get the best out of them. So I think it is exciting times ahead for Romsey, but in saying that, at the current stage, they're still playing really good footy. I mean, they're nowhere near what they're going to be, but they're still playing really good footy. So
you've got the best forward in the competition in Jack, and when he pushes up to it, you're also happy to work up the ground. But in my eyes, you've probably got the best centre-half back with Chris Petoro as well.
Yeah, so Jack's a real big asset for the side, obviously. I mean, he's in some really good form this year. But in saying that today, I mean, he's got a good defender on him in Jordan Riddell, and Jordan Riddell probably is...
Height-wise, matches with Jack.
Matches up really well with Jack, and has probably been one of the really good matchups throughout the year that I've seen with Jack. But, having Jack with that asset where he can go into the middle might expose Riddell a little bit, because then it sort of brings him out of the forward line. But then, I mean...
So are they calls from the coach's box, or has Jack just got the freedom to go up when he thinks it needs to happen?
It's sort of calls from the coach's box and a little bit Jack as well. I mean, as Jack said in his article that he had about Justin sort of giving him free roam to sort of pull himself into the midfield if he thinks the forward line isn't working well.
Yep.
And that they work really well off each other with their forward line set up. And as you said about Chris Petoro, he's sort of a big asset as well, where he can play on a wing, he can play half-back, and he's a sort of... he's...
Petrarca-like.
Yeah, he's and like him playing up and off half-back and all that sort of stuff, he's got one of the best left foots in the comp, I think, and he's been a really good player for a long time. He's won 3 premierships at Romsey. He played in our 2011 premiership, so he's been there for a long time after a short break, but he's back this year, and him at his best, he's hard to stop. So
just one more from me. We all talk about how good Jack is, but Nath Raymond, he's going to be right up there in the league voting this year. For someone that's 36 and the next day can never walk at under 9s footy train, it's the best to see. But for someone off the ground who barely raises his voice to being an absolute lunatic out there when he's across the white line, it's great to see someone that age still going.
Yeah, it is. He's probably, between him and Ben Way, I think they've probably got the most white line fever out of anyone I've ever seen, and especially at Romsey.
But it excites him something.
Yeah, I love Nath Raymond.
I think you've actually got his signed footy jumper at the end of your bed.
Yeah, it excites everyone. I mean, he has had an unreal season, Nathan, and he's good to watch, and he's a real good part of the team. He's a real good team member, a good teammate, and he's another one like Nathan Blair, who's just a real big leader on the ground, and he sort of leads with his actions a bit more than his words. And I mean, if you had a year like him, I mean, if everyone followed his actions, we'd be an absolute powerhouse. So,
well, you are, and you're going very well, and you should be proud of where the football club is. Because at every side, you're one of the powerhouses of the competition. There's no excuses today. You've got a perfect day of footy and perfect ground, perfect conditions, and all the best and good luck. And good luck for the finals for the twos. And he'll be cheering for you hard. That's for sure.
You're cheering for us as well, mate.
No, you're bigger than me. I'll say yes.
Thanks, Hammer. Appreciate it, mate. Good luck today, buddy.
Much,
Thank you very much. All right, so we've heard from both teams so far, so everyone's sort of all quite happy to let it go head-to-head a little bit by the sounds of this. So Nathan Raymond versus Dylan Tucks and 2 Bulls, that's going to be a great thing to see. You're going to be able to hear those two bodies slap together a lot today, I reckon.
What's this, RDFL at night?
Come on, there's no need to sort of go to another level like that.
Gav, don't excite him, mate, because he's on the edge right now for anything. Just keep your distance from him.
Paul's only got one joke, and it's about me and Romsey, all right? So you're going to hear it about 100 times today, everyone out there. I apologise for that. Cam's already laughing. He's already heard it enough times.
So we've got the umpires, so they're standing right next to us, so we better be really nice to them, because if the camera can pan around, just pan around and have a look at this. This is what you'd call intimidation. Here's all the umpires right next to us calling today, so we've got to be on our best behaviour. Unfortunately, it might just encourage us to be a little bit naughtier than normal. So umpires today, Stevie J, Josh Wilson and James 007 Bond. He's doing the field. We've got McLaughlin, Brian Manners, Spencer Connolly on the boundary,
You've
and
made an
the
absolute
goals.
shambles of this again.
Haven't I?
Ryan Monaghan.
No, it's just
Brian Manners is what
you
you've
wrote
written.
it.
That is not my writing.
You just go out of your way
Hold
to
on,
make me look like a goose.
I can be the tiebreaker here. Show me.
No, I refuse.
Yeah.
It's Ryan
Never
we
my
know who's
fault.
correct.
And goals is, they call him Two-Tap Tony, so he's in one, and Andrew Chromedome is in the other goals. That's what we're told to call him by the umpires next to us. There's a bit of a story about Andrew's wife is the is that correct? The umpires are giving us all the dirt on all the players, so that's really good to have. So, my tip's the Bombers. I'm going for the Bombers.
By how much?
15 points.
Okay.
Just out of the blue. So sorry to Riddell, I've just mozzed you.
I'm going for the Bombers as well. I think they'll win it probably by, I'm going to say 27 points. Let's go. 4 goals.
Yeah, look, I think if I could trust Romsey to play 4 full quarters, I could tip them, but I just can't trust them, so I've gone with Riddell as well, and I went for 5 goals.
So we're all about the same marker here. And look,
I'd love to be proven wrong, by the way.
Let's be honest. If Romsey can play a bit of footy like they did in the early, sort of second and third quarters against Macedon, that level of football, they're going to be, they'll make themselves hard to beat. But if they play football like they did in that last quarter when Macedon started to close the gap, I mean, I know they kicked away at the end, but if they allow Riddell that much space, Riddell's going to hurt them a lot more than Macedon did. And we're going to see Riddell hit the scoreboard and hit the scoreboard hard and fast.
Well, we haven't seen Riddell play a bad game, and that's the.
During their patch at the middle of the year,
Let me listen to what I said.
Yeah.
We haven't seen, because every time we've called Riddell, they played a really good brand of footy. So we saw him give Macedon a tickle up early in the year. The job they did on down at Diggers was phenomenal. And when we watched them, they got done against Romsey in the last kick after the siren. It was still, they were up by nearly 2 goals with a couple of minutes to go. So they led most of the day. So they're a really good, fast, efficient side. Have them way back in the centre though. That's going to change this dynamic, because Trent Stead, if he does go into the middle, weighs a lot taller and a lot more. Will be a lot more value around the ground. Yeah,
Ben Way has the athletic. He was on Carlton's VFL list as well, so he's got foot skills on both sides of his body that are really efficient. But Trent Stead, as we said before, athletic beast, can get around the ground, and he's going to have the pace to burn on Ben Way. So that's going to be interesting to see how they go head to head.
That's one concern for me for the Bombers, and
Stead's been, and they've lost them all.
Well, Stead's been so good as a targeted centre half forward, and we spoke about it in the Diggers game. And the thing that Riddell did really well was that they were able to open space inside that forward 50, and their little blokes went to work. It's really the only way they're going to be able to score without Stead standing at centre half forward.
So Panuccio's back this week for them, though he missed last week, and he's a dynamic little player.
And we know Tarks will push forward pretty hard and be a target there too.
Tarkson was out as well.
But does the inclusion of Panuccio get cancelled out by the exclusion of Benny Said though?
Yes.
So like it's one for one, like for like. Ben Said I thought was. He would have been a really big trouble for Nathan Sari today. Well, I think Nathan Sari is one of the best small defenders in the league, but Ben Said he can do it on the lead, in the air, and at the ground, and that's a hard combo to mix. So
must be killing you saying something nice about the opposition against Romsey.
There we go. That's 422 times he said it now. So
we've got a player out there. Is that 26 or 28?
28.
Yeah, we don't have him on the list. You've got to sort that out, Paul. That's your job.
Thanks, mate. No, throw me under the bus anytime you want. If we had a footy record, we'd be able to check that.
I'm sure someone here's got a footy record, but we'll double check that one, find out who number 28 is. But exciting game, beautiful conditions, a little bit of breeze, probably down to scoreboard end.
Yeah, I would say so. It's I wouldn't think it's going to be a hugely advantageous either way, but whoever does has it has to make the most of it at the same time. So I'll let you guys call this off, and I'll start the first quarter as special comments man, so every time I come in, you know it's going to be worthwhile to listen. So
You're going to special comments this.
yeah,
I think it would be better if I special comments the first quarter.
All right. Let you hook in.
So we found out who number 20 is, Brody Miller.
Yeah, I just got the record here. So.
Romsey will be kicking to the left of screen, the wood end hardware end, and Riddell will be kicking to the scoreboard end. There's a slight breeze trickling to the right-hand side. As you can see, the waves. The flags waving in the slight breeze that's out there. But
we're down at Willie Footy Ground, looking at the waves.
We're going to have Hayden Ross, Tommy Alkermade, and Dylan Tarkson in the midfield to start for Riddell with Trent Steed, along with Ben Way, Corey Purcell, Nath Raymond, and Will DePetro. Looks like he's going to go to Hayden Ross. So ball goes up. Ben Way jumps, gets the first tap out down, goes towards DePetro. Can't pick it up, comes out via Way. He spills it. Great handball out by Ross to Tarkson. He's taken very high by Raymond. It's allowed to play on. Jesse Horton sends it long forward. The contest is here. Ball gets banged out towards the commentary side wing. Sam Wilson versus Wadden there, and Wadden with a great spoil over the back.
Good play by Jackson Wadden. That's what you want to see him do. Come over and defend like that.
Two young kids that should be running at his wing all day, I reckon. It'll be a good contest as well.
So Way up against Trent Stead. Waiting for the umpire to throw it in. Oh, that's a good one for the umpire. Way punches it forward. Ball's just in dispute. Oh, a nice hard tackle down there. Handball out. Looks down here to Raymond. Raymond haps in the middle. Tapped out over the head by Sankey. And they go forward. And Jack Jebwob takes the mark as centre forward. Turns around. Not much down there for him. He's just holding up, waiting for players to get back. The Bombers are flooding back. Short little hit-up kit, and that's a good one down here to Callum Sankey.
He's got Raymond and Aaron Patterson all alone, 20 metres in, but decides to go back.
There is a short couple of real options. You're right with Patterson.
Aaron Patterson's still sitting there too.
Well,
it's been there for a lifetime.
The name Sankey's famous in RDFL. Is any relation to Tom? So, and he's put himself on. He's about 45 metres out, virtually directly in front. In he comes. It's a good-looking kick off the boot. It's going to drop a bit short. Ball hits the deck. Numbers are down there for the Bombers, and the falls just force through, and we're going to have a kick.
So already we're seeing that Ben Way's got a significant advantage in the ruck. If Romsey can take advantage of that, it's going to give them a real good opportunity.
The ball's been kicked in, but it's been well marked out there. And the Redbacks are going to bring it back into the middle of the ground, looking down here for Burkett. Matty Burkett.
One of the most distinctive kicking styles in the RDFL.
Nice little short kick, and that's a good hit there, actually.
Nath Blair.
So Blair. Sitting about 45 out. Slight angle.
So we noticed in the last kick from Sankey that the breeze must be a little bit stronger than we feel because it held up there in the wind right up in the goal square. So Nath Blair's going to have to try and punch this low and hard.
And they'll probably pop it up high and let it float, knowing how we call in footy these days. And up high it goes, and it's going to drop short as well. Up they go. Jedwab tries and takes the mark, and the ball's going to be forced through for another point. So Romsey have got 2 points, and the scoreboard hasn't fired up over there yet. So anyone near the scoreboard, let them know that we need to get some score up for everyone.
So the ball's been brought into Tarkson, who turns the ball, almost turns the ball over, gets a 1-2 back, comes out via the half back, goes through the hands of Steed. Picked up by Romsey. Burkett on that left foot goes to Aaron Patterson just inside the 50. Comes further inboard to Callum Sankey again.
Oh, they're using the ball a little bit better than the Bombers at the moment.
A lot of energy so far from Romsey. They've locked the ball, managed to lock the ball down here inside their forward 50 and get multiple shot attempts on goal. And Sankey's going to kick from about the same distance here, and we know the last one fell short. So at least they're peppering the goal front at the moment, Romsey, but they'd really like to take advantage of this.
In comes Sankey. Kicks his high as well. Again, going to drop short. That's just like the previous two. Blair goes up, comes down. They all jump on top. Looks like Will DePetro in there. Somehow gets the ball out towards the goal face. But it's all Riddell here. Matt said, handballs back to Sonigan. Gets a round one. Kicks a dangerous ball up.
Three of them.
Tommy Alkermade versus Tarkson there. They both went for it. Tommy Alkermade comes away with it. So he's at centre half back.
And they've got to be brave with the ball. He's just going to kick down the line. And the ball's taken by Ross. Ross brings it into the middle out to Williamson. Williamson takes off, kicks long down to centre forward, looking for a marking contest. The ball's gone over the back. Well, he's taken without the footy then. He was unlucky not to deal with the ball's going to be brought out through, and we haven't got a 21 out there. Yes, we have. Tackle. Nathan Tassari. And the ball's going to free kick to Panuccio.
Yeah, fantastic tackle by Poochie. Just put... If Riddell... This is going to be where Riddell gets the advantage. Those smaller forwards, they're going to put a lot of pressure on the ball when it's inside their forward 50, and that was just proof of it there. Great tackle by Pooch, gets the free kick and a shot on goal.
And this is really going to hurt Romsey, who have had all the play and yet to put it on the scoreboard.
We trained Pooch at Gisborne, so he shouldn't miss.
4.5 minutes into the first quarter.
Yes, I'm stuck between Romsey and Gisborne.
Panuccio comes in, leans back and bang. There's the first one. I told you, kick it. First blood to the Bombers.
So just almost 5 minutes gone in the first quarter, Riddell leading 1 straight 6 to Romsey 0-2 in the first quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We mentioned it, Romsey had the play but weren't able to capitalise. Riddell get their first inside 50 and capitalise with a goal straight away. So
it's great you got the sponsors in too, mate. Very important.
This isn't my first rodeo. Been here before, done it again. The ball's back in the centre now. Waiting for it to be returned from the crowd.
This is where, and again, the back in the middle now. Romsey just got to take advantage of the height factor here with Ben Way, because Stead is going to try to compete, but let's be honest, Way's just got that reach. If you look at the setup, though, the Bombers realise they're conceding. They've got a back sweeper.
They're conceding these.
Way goes up. Steed wins this one down, but Purcell was able to shark it around the back. Sends it inside 50, looking for Lockins at the back. Great mark there by Bryce Williamson. So Williamson has it in the back left pocket here for Riddell.
We thank Bryce for wearing pink boots. We can pick him up nice and easy.
Sends it wide outside to the outer wing. Goes there early there with Ben Way.
Free kick.
How did the umpires miss that one?
So it'll be out of bounds, smack bang on centre wing on the outer side.
Right on centre wing. Way with a height advantage, gets in front, taps it down. Bombers have got numbers, they're driving in towards goal. And it's a free kick going out there, and it's getting out to... Who we got out there? Tommy Erzall, is it? Hands over to Horton. Horton kicks long down, looking for a marking contest. Ball hits the deck, and this is where the Bombers are dangerous. They want the ball on the ground. Quick snap over his shoulder, just goes up and down in the one spot. Punch forward, picked out to Williamson. Lays back, and kicks another one. So there's 2 for the Bombers.
That's Cal Williamson, that one.
Yeah, great spot from Cal Williamson too. He just sat sort of 10 metres off that one, waited for the big fist, and the bigger Romsey defenders are going to punch and punch big. When I don't think we're going to see a lot of towering marks inside Riddell's forward 50. So
well, they need it on the ground. They've got no height down
exactly there. Right. So the Romsey defenders have got to be smarter with that. You just don't want to come over and try and kill that ball in that to that level. It allowed Williamson to sit 10 metres off. Ball fell in his lap. He had that much space and time. Romsey's just got to be a little bit smarter about their decisions.
Ball goes up. Steve wins this one down, but Way's able to get the clearance. Goes through the legs of Burkhead out the back. Tommy Alchemade gives the ball off to Tarkson. Shrugs off 2. Like jams it on the right boot. Kind bounce for Darcy Peavy. Comes out the back to Ali Khalil. Off to the running Wilson. Sends the ball further out wide. Sorry, it was Tucker. It was picked up well by Sonigan. His handball goes long out towards Croft. Ball comes further out wider again. It's in the scrap now on the outer side and will go out of bounds.
So this is where Way's got to be careful, because he's sitting in the middle of the ground and Trent Steeds have gone and put himself over into the contest. So even though there's a quick switch onto the big fella in the middle, Steed around the ground will be a lot more effective. Up it goes. No one's advantage. Ball's just punched down to the front. Well tackled, and the ball's going to be all held up. We're going to have throw up right on the half-forward line for the Bombers.
Strong tackling, it's good, but again, there's Benny Way here in these ruck contests. Romsey's just got to figure out a way.
Yep. Way taps it down, but picked up by Steed, who roved it, popped down looking for Panuccio. Ball sits up high, tapped down on the ground. Well tackled down there, and we're going to have a ball up right in front of the scoreboard. So Riddell 2 goals straight, leading Romsey 2 points.
And this is where Tarkson's dangerous. You spoke about it in the pre-game in these ruck contests.
So ball goes up, 1 down to Courtney. Purcell comes out of the defensive 50. Ben Way flies, can't mark, gets the ball on the ground, taps it out, comes out via Panuccio. Jan back on the right bit from Horton towards the forward 50. Braden Smiley, ball bounces over his head, comes to Darcy Peavy, gets tapped down to Smiley, somehow gets boot to ball, comes out via Peavy, comes wide and finds Walsh. Dean Walsh, first touch of the day, has it at left half back for Romsey. Decides is looking for the switch. Takes a bounce, going further across goal. Goes all the way across. And it's fanned. Wilson. Handball over. 1-2. Gets it back again. Jams on the boot. Going long down the wing looking for Purcell. Finds him. Purcell plays on immediately. Goes further again. Looking for DeHaas, but called out well there by Jedwab.
Yes, you don't get in front of the big forwards like
turns
that.
around. Sends it perfectly looking for Darcy Lockins. Flies. Sport from the back. Out of bounds in the right forward pocket for Romsey. Good transition there.
Was good transition for them.
Nice transition. That's what they have to do. They have to spread Riddell and make them work both ways. It's the only way to get to these young guys moving up and down the ground and take a bit of their steam away.
So Sonigan going up in the ruck against Blair. Ball hits the deck. Bombers come out and a good switch is on now. Working hard is the 2-on-1 here, and there's an opportunity for him for a quick turnover. Out to Peavy. Peavy hands it over. Coming out down to Petoro into the middle of the ground, and that's a good little hit up mark. Raymond kicks off and hits Jack Jebwab, and now's an opportunity for the key forward of the goal kicking winner of the goal kicking competition this year in the league, most goals, and he's that's what he gets paid for. They need to get this one. Even
though they had a 2-on-1 out here on centre wing, that actual second contest from Peavy, which opened the play up and actually allowed them that ball movement here forward, just a fantastic contest, and that's what Romsey have to do today. They're the contest that they have to win.
Threw his body with reckless abandonment, didn't he? Just threw it straight in.
So in comes Jedwab. The familiar shuffle we've seen over and again. Pops
Beautiful
up
kick.
high and has nailed it. So there's the first one for Romsey. So the Bombers are 2 straight, Romsey 1-2. And we've played nearly 11 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, beautiful kick from Jack Jebwab. Leading goal kicker, but he kicks through the ball nicely. Again, just those little one-on-one contests. That's what's going to be really important for the Redbacks today. They have to be able to win those, make Riddell work both ways so that they can break them down on the
So the Bombers' goals
rebound.
are a bit messy, sort of rushed goals.
We're going to see that all day from them because they're smaller up
Romsey
there.
are structured forward goals.
Yeah, and we're going to see that with Jedwab up forward.
Ball goes up. One down by Way. At the back there is Burkett. They all just jump on top again. Another repeat stoppage. So at the start of the first quarter, we mentioned pre-game in both to Justin and also to Hamish about Jordan Reardon being a very good matchup physically for Jack, but Jack's leading him to the ball so far, so that's a good win for Romsey early on. Ball comes out via Raymond, goes towards Walsh. He overruns it. Riddell have the numbers out here, comes out via Martin. Back to Eisel. He sends a scrubby ball forward. Petro is able to pick it up. Gets around one tackle. Handball's back. Ball goes Khalil across to Peavy in the middle of the ground. Tackled well by Cal Williamson. Somehow it reflects back to Nath Raymond. Back to Nath Tassari. Goes out further for Corey Purcell. He's sport from behind. Picked up well there. Is that Jesse Horton?
Yes, it is.
Sends it long inside forward 50. Ball bounces through all of them. At the back. It's picked up, given the handball off. They come back inside looking for Tarkson. To just scrappy inside forward 50, as we mentioned multiple times.
Yeah.
Contest after contest, and it'll go out of bounds in the left forward pocket for Riddell.
When you've got no key forward and you're all little midgets, that's what you've got to do. You've got to get it to the ground, and that's where they do their most damage.
I'm interested to see Lucas Shaw roaming around half-back. The games we've seen so far, he's actually been a really dangerous forward for him.
So Tarkson takes it, taps it down. Romsey goes off by hand. Handball out to no one in particular. Great tackle, great pressure down there through Matty said, and the ball's going to be... It's going to be a free kick given here, and it's going to the Redbacks. It looks like Blair, is it?
Wilter Petro, possibly.
You'd hard to see, as usual, having Ali Khalil in the middle of the ground.
Marcus Tucker, that was.
Hit up short, and that's a good hit down to Lockins, who's playing a lot higher than half forward, and there's 50 being given there because he...
Stepped over the mark.
Did too, so
give the ball on and go. He's got to go. That he does that too. He just runs on, keeps going. There's no one on the mark. Keep going, Darcy. He does. Goes long towards 50.
It's
empty
not bad.
goal square. There's no one there. Aaron Patterson's back first and marks it in the goal square for Romsey.
Poor
Smart
defense.
play there
Big
by Darcy
mistake for the
Lockins, though.
Bombers.
Smart play.
And this is the thing I spoke about before with the Romsey transition as Patterson pops it through. The Romsey transition make Riddell work both ways, and as soon as that 50 was paid, you could see Romsey work forward, but Riddell didn't work back, and it just left them high and dry inside defensive 50.
They're playing cleaner footy at the moment, let's be honest, they're on top.
Aaron Patterson is a huge inclusion. Came back from an ankle injury last week. Got through half a game roughly, but he's got the cobwebs out. very, very hard and under footballer, can go in the midfield and also run forward as well. So that's great. You can see he's hard running there, got him back to goal before anyone else. So Romsey take the lead, 2-2-14, leading Riddell 2 straight, 12-14 and a quarter minutes gone, and Bendigo back scoreboard.
Way instead, ball punched forward by the Redbacks, comes out to Raymond, chops it short, and that's a great kick down to Blair. Another opportunity. He could go back and kick it from there.
No, he fell short in his first attempt from here.
Too far for Blair, too far.
Yeah, I think it's too far.
Yeah.
That wind
I
was going to...
think he'll switch it, and that's what he's done. Switched it out wide.
Petore. Chris Petore is going to go on the left.
Handball's over. DeLockens has a flying snap around the corner, but it's well marked by Sonigan deep in defence.
Yeah,
was not well thought out by Romsey at all there.
Out he comes looking for Croft. But they've done well here, Romsey. They've got Waves dropped into the
he's
hole
dropped a pud and given away a free.
Kick.
Matt said. Callum Sankey here is going to have it deep in the left forward pocket. Chips it up, looking for the small target. That's Matty Burkett. Strong hands.
I tell you, Sankey's been a little bit of a handful up forward. He's had a couple of shots at goal and been a bit of a handful.
Do you know why that is? Comes from Romsey, that's why.
Yeah, but he's a Sankey name. It's Gisborne.
So Matt Burkett here, looking to extend Romsey's lead.
No, just a fantastic kick, though. The effort over there, the reason we got this, Sankey didn't give up putting pressure on that kick, the exit kick. The drop mark from Said as Burkett comes in, kick is on its way. It is straight through the middle. Splits the middle over the goal umpire's head. And against the wind, probably to the non-scoring end, Romsey's had a pretty good start to this game.
They have this a little bit better structure and using the ball a lot better.
And look, you've got to make
out of the middle too.
You've got to make your opponent pay for their mistakes, and Romsey's done that twice in a row now. The 50. Riddell didn't transition well enough. They made him pay for that mistake. The drop mark out here, and then giving away a free kick, and Sankey makes him pay by hitting up Burkett.
You called it early. The Romsey to make Riddell pay have to move the ball quickly. Sankey didn't sit in the pocket for too long, did he? Looked his eyes straight in the middle of the ground, and off they went.
So we're going to change in the ruck now. Way still got the height advantage, but well punched forward by the Bombers. Taken down by Croft, drives it forward in the forward line, looking for a marking contest, hits the deck. Tarkson's down there on his left foot, spins around, but he's missed to the right. And that's the first miss. So Romsey 3-2, leading Riddell 2-1.
So I think that's Miller that switched into the ruck. That's a nice leap for the young fella.
Well, Stead wasn't working and they needed the target down there, so it's probably a good move to do.
Tom Alkermaid was strong in that contest, though, wasn't he, in that forward 50 there? So Ali brings the ball in, goes short to Darcy Peavy. Peavy has the ball now, looks further out wide, looking for Dean Walsh. Flies high, but sport from behind there by Sonigan. Should have taken that Walsh there, really. The ball went through his hands too easy.
You try it.
He jumped off the ground. I can't do that.
That looked like it. He was Sonigan right
Yeah,
up your
Sonigan.
backside.
Went through his hands.
I think you're being a bit harsh, mate. Come on.
The Adelaide Flyer, boundary umpire, throws the ball straight in. Way wins it down, but sharked by Cal Williamson. He sends the ball long inside 50 with a standing barrel at the back. Nate Tassari sees the ball out of bounds, over the boundary line.
It looks like Tassari's got the job on Tarkson when he goes forward too. He's got the right body match for him.
So Romsey leading 3-2-20 to 2-2-14. Ball comes out. Corey Purtell has it in the left half-back flank. Purtell's had a little bit of it early. It's been called the play on. Handball's over his head with the blind handball. Riddell done very well there to keep this ball in. Darcy Peavy, I thought it might have been one of those sling tackles. But
You actually hit it on the head. Watching young Crofty, he's like watching his eyes. It's like winding the clock.
Yeah,
back
it's watching his old man.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's Tarkson up against Blair. There's something unusual. Ball's punched forward. Romsey with numbers, trying to run it out by it. There is Sankey, and it's been well tackled. That was a dunk tackle, and we're going to get a free kick.
Jeez, if the one before against Peavy wasn't paid, that's very stiff.
Williamson won't like that. Sankey just kicks it long down the line, looking for Jebob. The sun's in his eyes. Up they go. Ball hits the deck. Down there's is Walsh. Handballs it out, but the Bombers are going to run it out through Reardon. Takes off. Nice little hit pass. Looking for the namesake we were going for is Croft, and Croft pops it up high, and that's a good opportunity down here, down to Josh Lanyon.
Love that flowing mullet that Jordan Reardon's got going out there.
Freshly shaved too, to really add the effect to it, doesn't he?
So Lanyon, he's probably about 45 metres out. The wind is behind him. Aim to your left goalpost a bit, son. You'll be going all right. He's gone to the right side, and has
Missed it.
missed.
Ooh.
No, struck a point.
Snuck
Just
it in.
didn't listen to a word I said. That's nothing unusual. It's like being home.
So that takes Riddell to 2-3-15, trailing Romsey 3-2-20.
Carlisle takes off. Little short pass, trying to get themselves in trouble. Not 15. Kick long, looking down here
Well done again,
for
Wadden.
Dean Walsh, and the ball's going to be punched out of bounds.
So Wadden looks like he's got a little bit of a defensive role when Romsey do have the ball on Walsh.
He's definitely got a defensive mindset. The amount of spoils he's hitting them into the car park. So the ball will be balled in here. Goes up high. Miller has front spot. Way works his way to the front. Ball's out the back by Miller. Runs through. Handball's interrupted there by Smiley. Handball's over top to no one. Miller's able to get the ball. He's under pressure. Great tackle there, Braden Smiley. Had him cold from behind. So turned the ball over and followed up with a great contest. Well, it's actually going to go to Ben Way. The old mind, he knows how to get a kick.
This is where we close our eyes when ruckmen have the ball.
No, he's very good. So little short kick to Petroro. He plays on quick to Aaron Patterson. Patterson on the left half forward flank. Jedwab wants a short lead. They're all running in each other's space though, Romsey there. Ball comes to the left pocket, and there's no one there at all. No. So it's marked by Bryce Williamson. He goes with a dangerous kick inboard, but it's well marked there by Hayden Ross. He continues to switch.
Oh, dear.
That's a great kick out wide. Marked there beautifully.
That's
50, by the way.
Great kick.
A great kick.
It was a great option.
That went off the side of the boot and was a mongrel top. That wasn't a great kick. That was just luck.
You mentioned Lucas Shaw.
Yeah, he's gone forward again. Gone forward again, and as I said, the few games I've seen, he's just been dangerous. He took that mark. His opponent just slapped it out of his hands, so Lucas Shaw's going to get an opportunity on goal. Generally a pretty good kick.
Oh, no.
Just as the breeze picks up too.
Every time I say that, they
the
miss.
Moz.
Oh, you really have put a bit of pressure on. We're sorry, Lucas, we did this to you.
He's getting plenty of screen time, though. Don't worry about that. He's taking,
It's all right.
he's taking very long
He'll
time.
forgive me. I coached this young man in under-12s footy.
Well,
so
that'll probably explain the kick if he misses.
if he kicks it straight through the middle, mate, you know where he learnt. Left footer.
And has nailed it. Well coached, mate.
Of course he has.
Well, we'll put that down to Gav. That's Gav's coaching and that goal. Good quarter of footy, 3 goals each. It's been open and quick.
Yeah, well, and we spoke about it before the game, right? We thought the ball had moved pretty quickly out here, and it's certainly lived up to the expectations so far. It's been a really, really good contest. We're, 1 goal each now off 50. So, guys, what does that tell you? Maybe play with a little bit of discipline. Don't give away, because if you're going to make errors that big, it's going to cost you goals.
Mate, discipline doesn't come into it. It's white line fever. It's been a good move putting Miller into the middle of the ruck.
Way versus Miller. Way goes early. Miller goes early. No one gets it. Way smashes it 25 metres into the forward 50. But it's picked up by Williamson. He's got plenty of time to run through. Tries to deliver out wide. Ali Khalil too small to get the effective ball. Comes down well to Shaw again. Into Alchemade. Into Williamson. Under pressure. That affects the kick, and it's marked there by Jax Kinnear.
Gee, we haven't called Dylan Tarkson's name very much this quarter, have we?
So Kinnear is telling everyone to slow it down. It's been 22 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter. Comes out with a shank towards the boundary line. What's the umpire called it? On the full?
No,
he's called touched.
The other interesting one, the name we haven't called, and I can't find him out there, is Nath Raymond.
He's
hasn't been out there for a while, has he?
Ball comes right. There he is. He's right at the stoppage right now. As you call his name. Ball goes up. There you go. Ben Way misses the swipe
just
forward.
Hasn't had a touch.
Comes out the back to Cal Williamson. They're pushing it forward via Joel DeHaas. In comes Sankey there. It was at Burkett. Yeah. Burkett's been called for holding the ball. And it will go to Jackson Wadden.
You've got to get rid of him quick. Wadden kicks long down the line. Looking down there for Trenstead. One hand goes up. Handballs over to Croft. No, it's out to Pinuccio. Pinuccio handballs off the side of the boot there, and that was down to Brody Miller, and they've missed. So that takes Riddell to 3 goals, 4-22. Romsey 3-2-20, and we've played nearly 23 and a half minutes into the first quarter.
Jax Kinnear very lucky there. Left his man, and that's where the ball got out the back by Stead. Ball comes to Nath Raymond.
There he is.
Raymond sends the ball short and finds his target in Kinnear. He goes further out wider again. Finds Sam Wilson. Wilson on the outer wing. Goes long with a short, slow ball. And it's marked there well by Matty Said. So Matt Said goes back to where it came from. It's marked on the outer wing. Smack bang in the middle of the ground. He comes inside 50 towards centre half forwards. Ball's high, but it's all Romsey. Jack Kinnear takes an uncontested mark.
They can't bomb. This is what if they get.
Oh, it's a bad switch there. Brody Miller's taking the mark and played on for some reason. That's got to be paid holding the ball.
Oh, Panuccio's had a shot.
It was called touched. I don't know what Kinnear was thinking there. That was a terrible kick. So that takes Riddell now to 3-5-23 to 3-2-20. There can't be long left. 24 and a quarter minutes gone first quarter.
So Nathan Tassari's going to kick it in for the Redbacks.
Yeah, Romsey's got to be careful here. They can't give up a goal late.
Bangs it long. And it's a good grab down there by Tucker. Marcus Tucker.
Another under-19 player.
Good to see these young kids getting an opportunity.
Down long. Ball's punched forward. Now there's 3 Romsey players. They've got the numbers and the ball's pushed out of bounds. Unlucky was Dean Walsh. Oh.
He's thrown a couple of cheapies here.
Tommy Eisel. Fiery Reddit there. He was not happy with whatever Walsh said to him.
The umpire with the best mullet in football. About to throw it in. Way punches forward. Raymond, the man that Gav can't see. We're going to put
he's back. I've brought him back into the game.
Yeah, and he's got the ball. Pops it into the middle. And that's a good head up. And that's Ali Khalil in the middle of the ground.
The man with the quickest legs in the RDFL.
He does. Ali pops it long, looking for Jedwab. He's worked under the ball in the butts. The end of the quarter.
No, Lockins was on then, going into the goal square. So
quarter time, Riddell 3-5-23, leading Romsey 3-2-20 in a really good quarter of footy.
Yeah, great contest, right? It was. I think everything we sort of highlighted in the pre-game. That's what we saw in that opening term. Romsey using the ball, trying to move it really quickly. Riddell trying to break the game open. A little bit of physicality. But realistically, Romsey's going to get their best opportunities when they capitalise on the Riddell mistakes.
So way in the first half of that quarter, dominant in the centre, until they moved Brody Miller in, because Stead wasn't working. He was just too short.
The other thing with the way thing, and I want to bring it up off that last one, when Miller went into the ruck, he all of a sudden decided that he wanted to punch the ball 20 metres every time. It doesn't work like that every single time, and he's got the height advantage. Why isn't he trying to tap it down to his midfielders and giving them the best opportunity? They lost all momentum around the stoppage when Way started punching.
There's been no midfield dominance either side, though.
No, there hasn't.
It's been pretty much neutralised.
But that's because they're trying to punch the ball.
Yeah.
What happened to the old ruck work, the art of ruck work?
So when Romsey slowed it down and started to use let's use the word smarter football, they were hitting their targets. They were just slowing it down a little bit because they got the height to be able to do that where Riddell don't have. Riddell wanted to play rushed, dangerous football, and that's what they need to do. Chaos footy is the phrase they use these days, and that's how they got to get their goals. So it was really, the second half when that's how they got all their goals. It was chaos football, and the other end of the scale when Romsey slowed it down and they were looking for their big targets. And it was really important early in that quarter that Darcy Peavy was really, really important up the forward line for them. You look at Jedwab, he's got a goal too. So we'll go through the goal kickers. So Panuccio's got one for the Bombers. Lucas Shaw's got one and Cal Williamson's got one. And over for Romsey, Jack Jedwab's got one. Matty Burkett's got one and Aaron Patterson with one.
Yeah, look, you mentioned that there's been no midfield dominance. After seeing his best game that I've seen him play, Oscar Basenko, last week, I don't think we called his name once.
No, he kicked it and he did that terrible kick into the forward line. No one, as soon as he kicked it, he put his hands up and he knew he made a terrible error.
So, look, there's still a lot of improvement from both midfields. Nate Blair hasn't really got into the game yet. Lockins has had maybe one or two touches, maybe. So there's still a lot of improvement from both teams. That this game's going to go right down to the wire.
Certainly heading that way at the moment, right? It's been a really, really solid contest for the start. So, yeah, look, I think it's an even game, right? Romsey, I'll probably give Romsey just the advantage, despite the scoreboard, the advantage because they were kicking against probably a 2 to 3 goal breeze here. So I'll just give them the edge in that quarter of footy.
Yeah, look, I think Reardon might have to just try. I don't know if he wants to try and play in front of Jack a little bit, maybe just play alongside him rather than trying to trail him from the contest because Romsey's not kicking the ball up. They're keeping it nice and low, and so that's not giving it time for Jordan Reardon to come over the back and spoil. So, it's going to be a great game. Both coaches should be relatively happy with what they've seen in the first quarter.
They would, and look, you talk about Jack Jedwab. This is where he stands up. These are Jack Jedwab days. It's finals football. The ball's moving really quick. And he has dominated with some of his play. He's been really Like, he's such a big target for them, and he's got the freedom to move up in the middle of the ground if they need to. So the big question is, can Benway ruck all day? Because that's what there's a lot of heat and a lot of pressure on the finals game for guys who played a lot of footy.
Yeah.
So you'd be watching that a little bit. He got a little bit tired towards the end. Brody Miller came in, and Romsey, Riddell have no real ruckman as such if Brody's going to do it. But the other thing they've got to be careful of too is in the midfield, Riddell aren't setting up for the Benway taps. They initially did. They had the sweeper behind the back, but Tarkson is wanting to sit on the attacking side of the ball. But Dylan Tarkson, as we all know, is better off when he runs through a contest. So if I was the Riddell coach, I'd be saying to listen, we're probably going to lose 75% of the tap outs just due to height with Way. And Dylan, I want you to come straight through the pack. So you go on the defensive side and then come through.
Yeah, look, Nath
Because he
Raymond
hasn't done much, Dylan, today.
At the centre bounces, Nath Raymond was sitting on Dylan Tarkson, who he's another one great through the stoppages as well.
Yep.
And then at the back of the contest, you had Will DePetro sitting on Alchemade as well. So then it was, I think it was Hayden Ross and Corey Purcell who looked at each other and went on the opposite sides of the circle, and they didn't see each other for the rest of the quarter. So it looks like that they're going man-to-man with a couple two, and then one each midfielder is just getting allowed to run wherever the hell they want to. So
Justin Sherman is more than animated over there. There's lots of hand waving, and I reckon if you listen carefully, you might be able to hear the expletives from here, because I actually thought that was a good quarter for him. I'm not sure what he's going crook at, but
I think he might be referring to, because he's pointing at that centre-half back line where Kinnear's switch was just a ridiculous option, and that's exactly where he's pointing, as he's throwing his hands left and right. So, look,
ultimately though, that play in itself didn't cause. It wasn't the ultimate. It wasn't the ultimate hit on them, because Riddell didn't take advantage and kick and hit the scoreboard with a goal. So, I mean, look, I get it. You're animated, and errors like that can be costly, but that one wasn't. And overall, they played a really, really solid quarter of footy, Romsey. They've got the scoring in this quarter, but that's the big thing for them now. They have to take advantage of the fact that they're level pegging at quarter time.
Yeah, and as we've seen a few times throughout that quarter, the flags are actually dropping down to nothing, and then the breeze is coming back through. So when they do have the breeze, they've got to make the most of it, because it's not a consistent three-goal win.
Explained for that brilliant kick you were saying over that mongrel torpedo.
I meant brilliant decision because it was two out there.
No, you didn't. You said it was a brilliant kick.
That's what I said. I said I meant a brilliant decision is what I meant. I'm happy to admit when I was wrong. I'm happy to admit I was wrong. But I said the wrong word, but I meant that was a brilliant decision.
And it was, it was the right kick, but and you're also right. It ended up a shank, but it was fortuitous. It fell into the arms of Lucas Shaw. He took the mark, got the 50, and ended up kicking the goal anyway. Yeah, so, but I think he was going further aside. I'm going to sit on the fence because I'm stuck between Gisborne love and Romsey love, so it's pretty hard.
Aren't even in this competition, so
why have you mentioned them 7 times?
You wouldn't know it.
We produce most of the quality to give to these teams.
Nobody cares about them.
You would not know it.
This isn't the Bendigo Footy League final.
Here. The boss of the league's wandering up to talk to us. Someone said something wrong. Oh, no.
Clearly it's you.
I see Aaron just shakes his head as he keeps walking as well. He wants nothing to do with this.
Yeah, that's it. We're all sacked.
They'll wait till after grand final day, then they'll bring the real people in. So we're just waiting for the last of the crowd to remove themselves from the playing surfaces. The goal umpires get to their positions, a little bit slow down the left-hand side. So we're all set, ready to go for the second quarter.
That's good. But while we're waiting for this, it's a really nice crowd in here today. It's good to see.
It was a disappointing crowd yesterday. I'll be open and honest. It was a bit cold out at Romsey, but it was still a good game of footy and a good day. But it was a bit of a smallish crowd. But Romsey and Riddell both have good following. So
yeah, and I thought, look, I'm seeing plenty of people from other teams around the league. So
and it is a Sunday. There's no other local footy on. So
that's true.
No junior final.
So ball's held off, ready to go. Ben Way versus Steads back in the ruck for Riddell. Way gets the tap out down. Shark there, well done by Tarkson, wrapped up immediately by Corey Purcell.
Corey's not going to give him 1 inch in the centre.
I think he might have the strength advantage though, Tarkson. Way goes up again. Purcell gets in front, gets somehow handball at the back, but Tarkson sharks it. His kick smothered. Ali Khalil runs in. He's wrapped up immediately too, right on the commentary side wing. Tries to shovel the ball out. Umpire says, no thanks, I'll have it.
Good second effort for him, Dylan Tarkson then.
That's why with umpiring you just have to let it go sometimes a little bit and hold that whistle for the bounce.
So ball goes up, Way uses his body, smashes the ball forward. Senki can't quite pick the ball up. Picked up by Wadden, great strength. Handball's intercepted by Purcell. His left foot kick just wobbles forward towards Bryce Williamson. He intercepts, kicks it further out wide, and that's marked on the outer side wing. Chipped over there by Martin, looking for Cal Williamson. Cal Williamson takes a strong mark in front of DePetro. Runs off. Williamson, long inside 50. Out the back, there's two hands right in there. Well done, Nate Tassari. Holds the front position and gets awarded the free kick.
Tassari will take the kick out of the back half. He's going to try and swing, but he's got to come back behind his mark. Lucas Shaw just got caught behind there. The two hands in the back. You can't extend the arms these days.
When you're having a key forward, you can't bomb. You've got to lower the eyes and hit something that's moving.
Tassari to bring the ball back in. He's going to look for Raymond with the lead up from half back. Raymond drops a sitter. This is where they get hurt. Tarkson picks it up on the left, kicks inside. He's turned it over. It's taken by Petroro. He bursts out of the back half, kicks out towards the wing, and Walsh has juggled it.
That was the second grab over the line.
Well, gone over the line, and we'll have a throw in. You can complain all you like, but it is out of bounds, young fella.
Young Liam Muir, another under 19 in this squad. Didn't realise how quick that ball was coming into his chest, I think.
Rux will go at it again. Way versus Stead. Stead wins it down this time. It's flicked out over the back. Alchemade tries to get in there. Stead feeds the ball out to Raymond. Raymond feeds the football out to DePetrio. He goes down towards half forward. Blair picks it up. He's wrapped up straight away. Could have been a sling also. Kick inside forward 50. It's low. Over the top. No one touched it. That's a goal.
Sammy Wilson.
Great goal, Sammy Wilson. Went straight over the head of Jack Jebwab down there, and no one got a hand to it. Beautiful goal.
He got some purchase on it because he hit that like a bullet from around the body.
Just really well done out here on the wing too. Raymond just clearing the football out. Di Pietro getting the ball towards centre half forward. What Romsey's done is then in the tackle they're still willing to move the ball on out of the tackle and opened up that opportunity.
They want to play fast footy because they've got to give their forwards the best opportunity when they're this tall. So it's I'd still be getting Steed out and just let him play as a ruck rover and put someone just to take a tap.
So Wayne wins that tap out down. Purcell's really inserted himself at the start of this quarter where he's wrapped up. One thing you know about Nate Raymond, when he makes a mistake like he did in the defensive 50, he's really going to make the most of it after that, and it was that driving force forward. So it'll be ball up here inside the centre square on the commentary side wing. Way wins the tap out down, but it's all Riddell here. The ball comes out to Wadden. Wadden with the inside handball to Williamson with a clever tap over the back into the running players. Alchemade. He's collected and wrapped up right on the 50.
It was a clever play from Williamson then. He knew Hayden Ross was running out the back, and there's an opportunity.
Probably just got a little bit too much of it though, didn't he, in the end?
Ball goes up. Push out there by Ways, not sighted there by the umpire. 3 Romsey players. Raymond goes up, ball comes through his fingers. Alchemade's wrapped up again by Purcell.
Jeez, I don't think we ever see Nath Raymond drop this many marks. Though. That's 2 in a row he hasn't got his hands around.
But also, to bring it to ground when wouldn't have been paid anyway, so...
Possibly. Way wins that one down out the back. Well done, Croft. Gets rid of his opponent. Feeds to Tarkson. Has a bounce. Inside 50 on its way. It is a behind.
Oh, he had the celebration arms up and going.
It swung back late, just not quick enough.
He's had a couple of really important possessions in this quarter, Dylan Tarkson.
Yeah, starting to get his hands on it, didn't he?
He was really dominant in the middle then. If they're going to give him, if Corey Purcell's going to give him middle and some space like that, he will tear him apart.
Yeah, Purcell's had a good start to this quarter too, though. So Riddell's Creek now 3-5-27, trailing Romsey 4-2-26.
You can work him underneath the ball, and that should be 50 because he hasn't caught it. It's got to be 50.
Nate Blair, very smart. They act like he didn't hear. Stead's been called to play on now. Sends a wobbler inside forward 50. Kinnear's taken a somewhat uncomfortable chest mark.
That's a good kick in your view. In your kicking.
I actually thought it was touched. So Kinnear sends it out wide, and another dangerous pass out to Tassari. Tassari goes further out wide again, over the top of Smiley. Out the back, Smiley's able to get back on top of it. He's gone high, and the umpire's called it. So Braden Smiley will take it at left half back.
No, they really do need to get the ball quickly here, Roms. Get the ball moving quickly here, and they're just holding it up.
Yeah, Riddell's got numbers behind the footy now as Smiley's just going to look to pop it over the top. It's a nice lead up. Mark taken out here by Khalil. He's going to kick down towards half forward. Another lead up, beautiful lead up. Mark's taking on centre wing, goes into the middle of the ground looking for some teammates. Drop Mark again. It's a dangerous place to lose that one. Ball gets slapped out the back. Riddell's got the numbers. Ball comes out towards Hayden Ross. Gets a kick out towards the wing. What a beautiful kick. Finds Lucas Shaw. He's got a player inside 50. It's Miller in plenty of space. He takes the mark and he'll go back for a shot on goal. But that was set up there by Hayden Ross's kick in the middle of the ground to Lucas Shaw.
As an Essendon supporter, you'll know that speed kills. Not that Essendon are any good at the moment.
They had some speed. kills action early in the season and had some not show up action in the second half of the season.
Did you buy one of the seatbelt jumpers?
So, no, I won't. Miller comes in, kick is on its way. It's to the left, it's trying to work its way back, but that wind won't let it, and it's one behind. Riddell 3-7-25. Romsey 4-2-26, and we have gone 6 minutes in the second quarter.
So Ali Khalil brings the ball in, plays on as he always does, sends it long toward Ben Way, pushed out well there by Stead. Oh, he's called the mark, and called to play on. Got to ball that up, umpire. You can't do that. Ben Way somehow gets the ball back to Nathan Blair. Blair sends it over the top of Muir. Muir versus Eisel, and the boundary line's going to win out there.
Yeah,
Not sure what happened then. I
It's
think he
the
was going
early
to pay
whistle.
the free kick and then the
No,
mark.
he paid the mark and then dropped it, and he said play on, so you can't do that, surely.
again, it's the early whistle thing, right, guys? You've got to hold that whistle.
Trentstead's
We
worked out.
might just let the umpire boss right here know to us that was a mistake. Ball goes in. Way taps it down. Blair trying to pick it all up. Just keeps pushing it forward. He's gained about 25 metres. But it's Riddell's Creek here. Jedwab's picked the ball up. He's wrapped up immediately. It'll be a ball up about 35, 40 out from goal.
He's a big unit to bring to ground, isn't he, Jack?
That's better by Ben Way, though. He's starting to use the tap now. It was into the path of Blair. They're going to be far more dangerous if Benny Way can start to wreck the ball. Rux will go at it again. Smack down there by Stead, goes out towards half-back. Williamson comes up, can't grab it. Raymond attacks it hard. He's wrapped up by Williamson and we'll have another bounce.
So I'm not sure. So Benny Way didn't take that tap there. Nathan Blair did. And Blair's a more dangerous player around goals. I'm not sure if that's the right way they should be going into that.
As they go at it again, Way tries to grab it out the ruck, can't. Purcell goes around the body to the top of the square. Jedwab can't get to that one. It was just wrong side. Ball gets fed out now, out to Reardon, who slams it on the boot out towards half-back. It's going to roll out of bounds and we'll have a throw-in.
So if you look, if the camera could, nearly all the Riddell players are all down in the defensive end. They've pushed down. We won't call it a flood, but they're certainly zoning up.
So it'll be a ball up in the left half-forward flank here for Romsey. Ben Way's taking the ruck. Steed's caught behind. Ben Way taps it down, looking for Purcell running through. Great spin move. Handball doesn't quite hit the target, and Raymond has been called holding the ball.
Yeah, I don't think we can call it holding the ball anymore, isn't it? Just incorrect disposal.
We can do what we want. Just ask Aaron. The ball goes out, marked on the right half-back flank here for Riddell. They're looking inboard. It goes down the line and has found Alchemade.
There's a name we haven't called much today.
Yeah, he's been quiet so far, Tommy.
Alchemade inside to Croft. It's still at centre half-back here. Inside ball. Looking over for Alchemade at the run. Oh, that's a free kick against the Petro. He can't front on contact. So right in the middle of the ground. It's probably lucky in the end he didn't get paid advantage there. So right in the middle of the ground will be Alchemade here. Alchemade goes further out wide again. Kick does not hit the target. It's Matt Said. Matt Said gathered plenty of time to gather it. Goes further out wide. Finds it on the wing. Mark's taken there. Travis Martin comes back inside. Back to Matt Said. So centre wing. They're not really going it forward here. Romsey's pushed back hard. Looking for the inside ball for Miller. Ball goes through his hands. Over the back. 1-2 handball comes from Tassari. Sends the ball out wide. Finds Walsh. Walsh marks it just inside the set of circles. Dean Walsh goes back. Chip ball looking for Jedwab. Jedwab, sticky fingers, great hands. He's 55 out by the time he kicks it.
He likes his chances.
Yeah, they're all telling him to kick it too. He's got the wind behind him. If anyone's going to do it in the Romsey team, it's going to be Jack.
This is where you take over, Gav, because if he kicks it, Tone gets tad excited.
We're going to see Benny Sonigan's getting ready to come back on. He's got his got a headband on. He's going all Joel Selwood on us. Jedwab's deliberate approach. He's going to have to kick this from 60, but he's got the breeze behind his back. It's going to. Let's see if he can sink the boot into it. Jack goes long. It's high. It's a beautiful long kick, but it's just going to fade away to the right and one behind. As Romsey moved to 4-3-27, Riddell 3-7-25.
Would have kicked that about 55 then.
Yeah, beautiful big kick. Ball comes in, finds Horton. He's been really impressive again today. But he's kicked into the man on the mark of Mosdim. Ball comes out, Williamson gets it back to Horton. Horton feeds the ball out wide, finds the flowing locks of Reardon. He turns the football over, and it's going to hurt because Romsey, they're on the way down inside forward 50, snap around the body. It's a
goal.
It's a
behind.
Missed.
Oh, they really needed to. That was Di Pietro. Really needed that one. Big advantage. No real pressure. Should have kicked it.
That takes Romsey to a 4-4-28. leading Riddell 3-7-25. Bryce Williamson brings the ball in, plays on, looks towards Ben Sonigan, flies from the back, goes through the hands. Tarkson bursting away from the stoppage as he does, takes 1 bounce, 2 bounces, running away from Tassari. Third bounce, runs inside 50 with a little ball,
Good
finds
hit.
Trenstead. Well done, Dylan Tarkson.
Dylan Tarkson, that was sensational play.
Nate Tassari tried all he could to catch him.
Quick. He was making ground on him.
So Stead now will take this shot from probably 35 out on a less than a 45-degree angle.
Massive difference when this bloke's up forward too, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it kills them putting him in the ruck, but you nearly concede ruck now. You just probably
absolutely.
give it away and just put him up there.
And Miller's done a pretty good job in there when he's gone in.
So in comes Steed, sends a boot into it, but he's gone left.
Stabbed at it.
3 goals, 8 now.
They've had 11 scoring shots, and they will be kicking themselves, literally.
Bad kicking's bad footy? Is that the old saying?
Yes.
3-8-26.
Well, that's the whole score that the Bombers kicked
Riddell.
the other night.
Shut up. Actually,
Trailing
they kicked
Romsey
3-13, I
4-4.
think.
Okay.
They're catching them, though.
So in comes Ali Khalil, brings it from full back, finds Matt Burkett at centre half back. Burkett wants to move the ball on quickly, does, looks down for DiPietro, but the ball doesn't get there. Travis Martin intercepts. Ben Sonigan kicks a very, very high ball. All players looking to the sun. Ball comes down to Darcy Peavy, sends the ball back from where it came from. Sonigan flies again and will take an intercept mark.
He's not going to get beaten in that one, is he?
No.
Sonigan goes inside, finds Hayden Ross. Such a clever user of the footy. Riddell really do try to go through Hayden as much as they can. Pops the ball over the top to Croft, sitting at true centre half forward. Just a slow, deliberate build-up against the wind here from the Bombers. Tarkson snuck down inside forward 50. What a kick from Croft. Finds Alchemade on the lead.
That's poor defence from Romsey. They know they've got to lower their eyes and hit low targets. They should be just going man on man and giving them nothing.
Well, they had the numbers in there to block that space too. So this is a mark 30 metres out directly in front. That space should be filled.
Absolutely. You're going to moz him?
And the ball did not go higher than 6 foot off the ground the whole way. It was an absolute bullet from Croft.
Alchemade comes in. Little hop, skip, and a jump. Left foot kick is on its way. The umpire is only going to move 1 step. It's a goal and a really important one to the Bombers because they kicked a few points in this quarter. I reckon they kicked 4 in a row.
There's only 2 goals been kicked for the quarter. So after a 6-goal first quarter, we've only kicked 2 and we've played nearly 13 and a half minutes.
Yeah, big goal for the Bombers there.
Yeah, so that's they really need to capitalise on all the amount of times they've had it in their side. They're attacking 50 because they definitely should have been in front and just keep missing those easy shots at goal. They need to finally put one through. And
this happened
Tommy
to Riddell
Alchemade
last week where they kicked themselves. They kicked a lot of points, Riddell, and they got knocked over at the end.
So the ball's back in the centre and Brody Miller's in the ruck against Ben Way. Way jumps early, Miller jumps higher and better. Kicks tap out down, comes out via Tarkson. Comes out onto the wing, back to Brody Miller. Sends a little short ball inside, just over top of Stead. Kinnear gets it, jams it on the side of the boot. Bounces to Burkett. Inside ball to Sankey. Sankey finally gets control of it, gets pushed as he kicks. And that'll go out of bounds on the full.
I tell you, they look a better side when they've got Miller in the middle. I mean, he's gone into the last 5 minutes.
And Stead forward. That's the flow-on
effect, Miller put
right?
the pressure on then, and here he goes for marking contest here.
And there's Stead could have paid it. Ball comes out to Croft. He goes with tries a banana from the wing, and it's well spoiled out there by the Romsey defender, and it will go out of bounds. I think that was Smiley.
Let's
we'll have a
open
throw
up
in
the
on
Croft
50.
CV. No left foot.
Yeah, that left foot's only for stability, I think. I don't think it's for anything else. So it'll be a ball in right where the 50 meets the boundary line. It's a beautiful throw in, nice and high. Kinnear versus Tarkson in the ruck. Oh, Tarkson should have got a free kick. Raymond gets the ball, jams on the right boot, sends it to the middle of the ground. Sonigan over the back of Ways, spoils it down. Lockins lifted his head, gets a handball out to Sankey. Sankey went one hand, should have went 2. Lockins back in there, ball comes out to Miller. Handball over the top to Wadden. Wadden's wrapped up by Purtell and a strong, strong tackle. And it'll be a ball up right in front of us in the commentary box.
Well done by Wadden, just take that tackle.
Yeah, so many times people try and get a ball out when it's not necessary. Just take the tackle, reset.
Rux will go at it again, and Miller wins it down again. Comes back out, and he's getting his hands on the footy, Miller, around the ground as well. He gets it again for the third time. Right foot snap inside 50. Stead contests well, puts the ball on the ground. Croft comes through the pack, taps it forward. Good pressure down there from the Redbacks. Is going to keep themselves in the contest. Ball comes out to Smiley. He just throws it forward as Williamson tries to wrap up. I think that's Purcell, and it was too high. It's going to be a free kick going to the Redbacks.
Crofty down there, throwing his way around a bit.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of push and shove afterwards there for Crofty. Fairly standard these days. Ball comes down towards the wing. Raymond will fly, but great mark there from our man, Jesse Horton. He plays on. Right foot kick's going to go deep inside forward 50. He's going to look for Lucas Shaw on the fly. Can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck. It's Romsey with the numbers. The quick kick comes out, and Sankey's going to take the mark.
So Cal Sankey on the right half back flank has the ball. Assess his options. Riddell's done real well to close everything down here. It's a dangerous kick inside 50 out the back, taken by Bryce Williamson. The Bryce Williamson goes further out wide. Is that Alchemade out there?
Yep.
Yeah, Tommy Alchemade on the right half forward flank. It's going to be a hard kick here. Breeze kicking is going to be pushed the ball away from goal.
We haven't seen on the ground this quarter's Matty Panuccio. He's only just come back off injury. And he hasn't been. We haven't seen him down the forward line. I mean, he's the one they need when they're crumbing around there. He's the speed.
No, he was down there before, I'm pretty sure, but yeah. Is he not there?
So ball comes in, spoiled down there by Romsey. Jammed on the boot, goes another dangerous spot. Red will have the numbers. Ball gets out the back. Will DiPetro. Ball bounces away from him out to Eisel. Ball comes back to Lockie Tarkson. Beautiful smother there by Darcy Lockins. Oh, he got his head ripped off. And one's gone with the two. That's got to be 50, surely.
It has to be 50.
Oh, Lockins plays on. Looks for Sam Wilson. Oh, Will DiPetro, sorry. Marks just inside the boundary line. DiPetro plays on. Sends it looking for Aaron Patterson. He's got protects the drop of the ball. Oh, that's a great attempt.
Yeah, fantastic mark.
Well done, Aaron Patterson.
Just great body work. He got the little bit of contact in nice and early, created the space, finished off the mark. Well done, Pato.
Not bad for Darcy Lockins to kick the ball without a head before. Umpire, hope you're watching there. So Aaron Patterson will be kicking from this 25 out, straight in front pretty much. He's kicked one already today.
What did I warn you about?
I'm going to wait for him to jump the fence in a minute.
In comes Patterson. Kicks it straight over the goal umpire's hat. Romsey retake the lead. That's his second for the day.
Really nice footy. Well done out there. Just composure from Lockins. Took the tackle. Knew he was going to get taken high. Didn't react. Moved the ball on quickly. DiPietro goes inside forward 50, and great body work from Pato to get the grab and finish it off.
They're a bit more efficient up forward, aren't they, a little bit? I mean, that's what's keeping him in the game at the moment.
Riddell's dominated the quarter, right?
Absolutely.
The ball's been in there forward 50, but they've managed one goal for the quarter.
Yeah, well, 4 goals, 8 is not great kicking.
8.5 minutes gone, second quarter, Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Romsey leading 5 goals, 4, 34 to 4, 8-32.
So after your criticisms, there's Panuccio on the boundary line.
Miller wins it down again, goes to Tarkson, low kick inside forward 50 looking for Croft. He can't take the mark, but the ball's on the ground. Peavy picks it up. That's too high. Umpire missed it. Ball comes back out to Croft. He goes with a banana again. Does not want that left foot. Ball will dribble out of bounds and we'll have a throw in.
That was really poor play for Crofty then. Or no one's either talking to him.
He had a handball on.
Could have kept going, but when you know you've got no left foot, you got to cut into the middle and have a shot on your right.
Was it Dylan Tarkson? He could have handballed to in front of him in the full pocket.
I
know who I would have been going to. Ball goes up. Tarkson, beautiful punch down there. But they all just jump back. That's got to be a freak against Raymond, I would have thought. Dived in the back. But no. Didn't pay it. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Ball goes up. Deep in the Riddell forward line. Tarkson gets the ball out of the ruck. Runs around, kicks the ball over his head. It's a high ball. Is that Hayden Ross? Ball goes through his...
Alchemade.
Pushed off Alchemade. Handball's out the back to Basenko. Ball goes flying towards the goal. Stead's in there. Spoiled over there by Jack Skinnier.
That's about the first time I think we've called Oscar Basenko's name. He's been really, really quiet.
Another behind there for Riddell, but it's going to take him to the lead. 4-9-34 to 5-3-33. Oh, sorry, 4-9-33 to 5-4-34. Romsey still in front by a point. Ball comes out towards half-back. Benny Way in the marking contest. Had to take that one, didn't, but recovers on the ground. They try to spread the ball out. Horton just gives the don't argue. Sit down, go. Chris Petroro, he says. Goes over to Croft. Croft to Williamson. Inside 50, right foot kick. It's a sausage.
Take a jab.
Your goal, Jesse Horton.
Absolutely.
And they all get to him as well. Exactly what they should do.
That was fantastic.
That's Williamson's second goal for the day too.
Wow, Jesse Horton, what a great play. He's a sensational player, this kid. Every time we watch him play, he just tears them up.
And he's not a massive unit or anything like that, but that was just pure strength.
You got to go tell Chris Petroro he's not a massive unit because he put him straight down.
Yeah, he set him on his ass, if I'm not allowed to say that, but he did. It just popped him straight down.
Beautiful strength and fantastic. And again, Riddell's taking control when Miller's gone into the ruck.
Yeah,
he's got to be the prime guy in there. The rucks will go at it. Miller wins it down again. This time Petroro off the wing. Sweeps in looking to get payback. Left foot kick inside forward 50. Here he is again. Horton goes out towards centre wing. Ball just passes Pazanko. Tries to feed a handball out. Players are going to dive in on top of it. And we'll have a bounce on centre wing.
So that's really something, because he came off the wing then to Petoro, so they've really got to be careful about this.
Yeah, nice sweep.
So ball goes up on the outer side wing. Ben Way dives on the ball that no one could get tap out. They all just, as a rolling maul, move the ball about 3 metres away from where it was. But even though Petoro ran around on that left foot, it was all Jesse Horton again. Read the ball better than anyone else. It took the attack on too. So Jack Jedwab's now in the middle of the ground trying to push through the contest.
Well, they did say if it wasn't working down forward, Jack would go up onto the ball.
It looks like he swapped with Nath Blair, who's gone inside 450.
So Ben Wade tries that big fly swat. Doesn't quite work. Somehow the ball gets pushed out via Raymond. At the back there look like Walsh, but I can't see. Patterson jams on the right boot. Tackle in the back right pocket is said. Ball comes via hands. Eisel. Dangerous kick. Lockens back with the flight. Big contest. Darcy Lockens going to get paid the free kick here. Front on contact.
Well, that was just 2 players going for the ball.
Yeah, that's play on.
How could they pick that?
No player there at fault. That was just a great contest between both teams.
I reckon they were both going for a mark. That one's play on for me. Great, and look, credit to both players. Fantastic. They were both courageous. Really, really good contest.
So Darcy Lockens will line up for his first of the day.
Looking to put the Redbacks back in front.
That's because they found his head that was sitting on the wing after the last contest.
Must have dug it out of the ground. 6 foot under. Here we go. Darcy comes in, sends it on its way. It's a great kick. Lockens kicks his first and puts Riddell back in front. Romsey back in front.
Yeah, nice goal. Beautiful kicking style. He's a ball of energy down there, Darcy Lockens, isn't he? He doesn't stop. Player. He buzzes around.
Be trainer Malik Gisborne.
But in saying that, there was no free kick. That was the two. It was just a contest. Yeah. Great concept between two players who went for the ball. Should have been play on.
Yeah, it should have been play on. Look, Romsey had the numbers around the contest with ball on the ground anyway. Maybe. I don't know. Can't remember now. But, yeah, it shouldn't have been a free kick. But you know what? You got to take advantage of the opportunities that present yourself. That's footy. They do happen. Rucks will go at it, and Miller wins another one down. He's absolutely taking control in there. It's going to be a hold and in the back, and Benny Way's given away a 50. That was just silly. He's tapped the ball away with his boot. He knew what he was doing and thought he was going to get away with it. And Riddell's going to have the opportunity through Tommy Alchemade to answer straight away within seconds.
And you can't say this is not a little set play, because as soon as there's 50 given away and there's an opportunity to turn over, they all go to Dylan Tarkson and start bumping into him, trying to upset him.
Well, Tarks has done exactly that. He's gone straight up to him, and he's getting stuck into him at the moment.
And this is right on the 24.5-minute mark of the second quarter, so this is not what Romsey needed. In comes Alchemade, sends it on its way, has gone straight over the goal umpire's hat. He's kicked his second for the day.
Second for the quarter too. He's had a good quarter, Tommy. We said he was quiet in the first, but he's certainly started to put his stamp on the contest. Really important goal there. And look, it was just silly from Benny Way. It was 50 every day of the week. He did kick the ball away. I watched him do it.
So is that 3 50s, 3 goals so far today?
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
And you said it before.
Discipline, right?
Yeah. You only got yourself to blame when you do something like that. You can't blame an umpire. You can't blame anyone else. That's yourself. You make that decision, and then you got to cop it.
Exactly right.
They're a different side with Brody Miller in the middle.
Oh, he's been fantastic as Way finally wins one. But it's all Bombers. Lucas Shaw throws it on the boot, can't get it out. It's gone back to, I think that's said, down towards half forward. Big spoil from Peavy back towards the centre of the ground. Miller gets it again. Back to Said. Goes inside forward 50 looking for Panuccio. He gets the spoil, but he's going to give away the free kick. Yeah, and it will go to Newham.
Panuccio's a crummer, not a key forward. Don't put it on his head.
So Lukey Newham switches across goal dangerously. Oh! Stead just wanted that ball more than anyone else. But it's able to go back to Newham with the outside of the right boot dangerously.
Well, it's with the Bananas in general play today.
Kinnear sends the ball out further wide to Ali Khalil. Ali Khalil likes to get the ball and run. He does just that. Sends it inside looking for Petroro. Attacks, gets past Lockie Tarkson, takes a bounce. Petroro chips it up looking for Nath Raymond.
Kick.
Raymond gets it, runs into the open goal and kicks it.
That's
great
a
transition,
special.
Romsey.
Chris Petroro's played a lot of footy in this competition, and that's a Chris Petroro special. Finds the ball, they get him on the end of it while he's running, bursts through a tackle, and just the right decision. Sees Nath Raymond running into the goal square, pops it up, and really nice goal.
Big body just pushes through, and that's his That's his speciality.
And well done from Romsey too, because the kick from Noonan across here almost got it, but they end up getting a goal in that transition. So well done.
Left.
Oh, well, it's been 7 goals this quarter. It was about 10 minutes ago we said there's been no goals scored. It's gone bang, bang,
one
bang.
goal each for most of the quarter for 20 minutes.
Left foot must be in training these days.
It's been banana central. Miller wins it down again. Ball's quickly kicked out by Di Pietro, and there's that siren. As another fantastic quarter. We've got a ripping game of footy here, gents.
So Romsey 7-4-46 leading Riddell 6-9-45. And we'll go through the goal kickers. So for Romsey, Darcy Lockins has got one that quarter. Jack Jebwab's got one in the first. Matty Burkett. Aaron Patterson's got 2. Sam Wilson with 1 and Nathan Raymond with 1. We shoot over to Riddell. Matty Panuccio's got 1. Tommy Alcamade's got 2, both in that quarter. Lucas Shaw with 1. Cal Williamson's got 2 as well. So it's a really good quarter of footy.
It's been a really good half of footy, hasn't it? It's been action-packed, contest after contest, going right at it.
A little bit of niggle as the players walk off, and that's what you want to see, a bit of passion.
Oh, look, it's been a great first half. I think we need to break ourselves.
We do.
Let's have a rest and we'll come back just for the third quarter. Thank you very much.
And welcome back to the elimination final where Riddell 6-9-45 are trailing Romsey 7-4-46. Gav, Tone, good game of footy.
Cracking game of footy. Beautiful day. Big crowd.
Yep.
This is what finals footy's about, right?
And it's great. Everyone's out here. Everyone's having a good time. But the action on the ground has been tip-top from the minute the first bounce went up. So it's an absolutely perfect day.
And the good players are playing well. And it's just a really good open brand of footy. Two sides with two different models of football going head-to-head. Romsey, very structured, looking for the big key forwards to kick their goals. And Riddell, who really need to play chaos footy, are doing that very well too. So it's actually been a really cracking game of footy. So the second half, you know, with the old premiership quarter boys. Was,
Sticking with your tip?
Yeah, I'm sticking with Riddell. I think the speed, even though the tall players don't get any shorter as they go, I mean, they're very fast. And Panuccio and all these players who haven't had a lot of impact in the game, I expect them to stand up in the third quarter.
Yeah, look, I tipped Riddell at the start by 5 goals, and that's still cool. I can't trust that Romsey's going to play 4 quarters. They played great first half, but we haven't seen it once this season. So
they do drop off, and then they drop off. They go to sleep for about 15 minutes. The other teams kick 3 or 4 quick ones.
I
think it was Pertzell or someone that was on Tarkson on a hard tag, and he blinked his eyes for 2 seconds, and Tarkson bang, set up a goal, ran away 3-4 bounces into the 50, set up a goal. So they just cannot afford to do that against this Riddell team.
So Riddell have realised that having Brodie Miller in the middle is the answer, and that's where he's gone straight back in. So Trent Stead's gone down. We'll go down to the forward line and create some havoc down there.
It actually looks like he's gone to centre half back, Trent Stead.
And he has too.
So that'll be interesting. But look, if Riddell had a kick straight, oh, look out, we've lost the Romsey sign off the board. It's just fallen down. I hope no one was standing underneath it. Might have got a clip on that. Yeah, if Riddell had a kick straight, this is a completely different game. But credit to Romsey's pressure. They've forced that poor kick in a goal. As we're about to kick off the second half. Big second half coming up here. As you said, premiership quarter.
It is.
It's always an interesting one.
And the pressure's going to be right up from the very start.
The last 2 quarters for one of these teams for this year.
Yes, elimination finals, obviously. Riddell, the reigning premiers, would love another crack at Wood End next week, I'm sure.
And not saying other teams would like to face Romsey, but I think a lot of other teams would love that Riddell goes out in the first week of the finals. So
they're fine.
That's only because of their success over the last 20 years, I reckon. As the ball's going to go up, it's Way versus Miller. Rucks go at it. Miller probably just wins that down. Way tries to knock it out again. Alchemade feeds out towards Tarkson. Kick inside 50. Panuccio too strong. Takes the grab. 35 out from goal. And this would be a fiery, a really nice start for the Bombers.
And quick out of the middle, and we all said in the second quarter, don't put it on top of Panuccio's head. That's what they did and took a mark. So it just proves you and I, we know nothing about football.
Yeah, but he also read the kick much quicker than what Braden Smiley did too, so he's able to get in a position, use his body very, very smartly.
Plus it was favourable side. That'll help. Panuccio comes in, right foot kick is on its way, and it hits the post. It's, it would have been a nice start for the Bombers, but they continue that poor kicking at goal. 6-10-46, 7-4-46, scores a level.
And, Khalil brings it in, up the middle, and that's good Kinnear. Leans back, in the middle looking for Blair. Blair takes off.
Braden Smiley's just come off limping to the boundary line
looking for Jebot. Ball goes over the back, comes down to Matty Said for the Bombers, and he kicks it out wide, and that's a good mark. Short kick. The ball's gone out of bounds, and so it wasn't a good kick. And a quick turnover for the Redbacks into the middle of the ground, looking out for Blair again. Picks it up, handballs over the top, looking for the big ruckman in way, one way than the other, and I can say that and get away with it. Pops it up high into the middle of the ground, and Hayden Ross, that's a good brave mark, running back with the ball. Takes off, one bounce. Short kick into the middle, looking for Tarkson, who's hit hard afterward by Pitoro. Tarkson takes off, kicks it long and high, looking down for Sonigan, works underneath the ball, ball hits the deck. Pushed down, looking out for them. No one actually wants to go for the footy. Kicked off the ground by Bazanko. They all pile on top of it, and we're about 10 metres out from the Riddell goal.
Yeah, miscommunication there by the Romsey defenders. Tassari went to block for Peavy, and Peavy went to block for Tassari.
So Stead going to centre half back has released Benny Sonigan forward. So that's the big Riddell move. Rucks go out of Tucks and smashes it central. Picked up by Raymond. He tries to get a kick away. Can't. Comes out to Williamson. Kicks a check side down towards full forward. Sonigan in a wrestle. There's a bit of a hold, and it's going to go Romsey's way, although I think both of them were holding each other, so I might have let that one go.
I think Ben Sonigan changes his jumper at halftime every game. It confuses me for at least the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
Out of the back pocket. Ali Khalil. They call play on. Williamson tries to wrap him up. They're under pressure here, trying to work it out. Peavy goes over the top, finds a teammate out here. He's wrapped up quickly. DiPietro, he's wrapped up by Williamson. That's holding the ball. And we're going to have a free kick to Williamson right on the 50, corner of the 50, looking to go inside 50 again. No, the umpire's going to call him back.
Trying to play on. Cal Williamson. Not much leading up there. He's going to have to pop this up high, and that's the worst case scenario for him. Actually, he's going back. I think he's going to have a shot.
It's not as bad now with Sonigan down there. I feel like they've got a bigger option.
Straight out in the full. Oh, well, lucky I didn't say he was going to do it. And
top of the square.
Yeah, Will DiPietro letting him know all about it.
I don't know if DiPietro should do that. Williams' kick two already today.
Oh, he goes to play on. Just going to kick it long down the line, looking for a big marking contest. Blair, ball's punched forward by Trent Stead. Blair pops it out, and the ball's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to throw it in virtually on centre wing.
You've got Ben Sonigan down there at full forward now. Why wouldn't have Williamson have just popped that to the top of the square? You've actually got a marking target down there now.
I think he tried.
Rux will go at it again. Miller's going to win another one down. Comes down towards Alchemade. A little bit high. It slipped up high, but the umpire's going to call a bounce. And we'll have another reset here with Miller and Way to go at it in the ruck.
He's been good, Miller, since he's gone on the ball. He's curtailed Way's way.
As Way wins that one down towards half forward, Alchemade sees it out of bounds. And we'll have another throw in.
So what he's doing is actually getting in front of Way and making Way try and come over the top. And that's where, and Way's hadn't had a change. He's been rucking all day, so he's going to get tired. Up it goes. Miller in front, just pops it down. Way goes for a fresh area out to Tarkson's, working hard underneath the back. Miller picks it up, pops on his boot, drives the ball forward. Ball's tapped forward by the Bombers. Down here to Bazanko, well tackled and sling tackled on the ground. And he's got a free kick out of it.
Is it a sling tackle if their head doesn't touch the ground, though?
Yes. Oh, no, it nearly all went terribly wrong for them. Shaw pops it up high, looking down there for Sonigan. Ball hits the ground, kicked off the ground by the Redbacks, but it's all Bombers down there. Pops it up high, looking down there for a marking contest, and that's a great hit. And that's down to Alchemade, who's going to go for a shot, and he's already kicked two, Tommy Alchemade, and this will be going for his third.
Yeah, Bryce Williamson out there just sweeping on the wing. Set up well behind the footy. As soon as that kick came out, he had plenty of time, and just a beautiful hit up to Alchemade, who has given that lead-up option inside 50 a couple of times.
They've come out red hot this quarter of the Bombers, and the Redbacks are really a bit slow out of the blocks. So Tommy Alchemade coming in for his third goal. Oh, he's popped that up high, looking, and it's gone to the left, and there's another behind. So that takes Riddell to 6-11-47. Romsey 7-4-46.
17 scoring shots to 11 and only a lead by 1 point.
Ball comes in towards Lockins. He takes the mark, plays on quickly, looks up forward or towards half forward, trying to find Burkett. He can't take the mark. Ball is forced out of bounds by Azili, whatever his name is.
Tommy E. Tommy E did really well then, left his man in, Corey Purcell, to affect that ball, so well done, Tommy.
I'm sure one of the Riddell people should come home to actually tell us how it's actually pronounced. That'd be nice.
Rucks go at it again. Benny Way tries to win that one down. Tarkson comes storming through, runs into his own teammate though. Williamson leads at the football. He hasn't got the ball. It's going to be a free kick. As Purcell just a little bit overzealous there on Williamson.
The only thing out of that was the only person that can stop Tarkson is his own teammate.
Cal Williamson called to play on. One may always tried to take that guy on the mark on, and they still haven't been able to attack him. Pops it up, looking for a marking test. Hayden Ross goes back with the fly of the ball, takes a mark at centre half forward. Ross, Sonigan's leading. Pops it up high, looking for the marking contest. Sonigan, and that's a great grab down there, but taken by Lucas Shaw. Dead in front. So Lucas Shaw going for the first goal for the quarter. And a great start for the Bombers, who have actually been all over him in the first, we played 7 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah, controlled the play.
There's no way he's going to miss this one. Straight in front, goal square. There he pops it in for his second of the day.
Yeah, he's again just been dangerous down there, Lucas. He's he knows how to get into the right spots. That's a really strong mark in front of Benny Sonigan. Benny will probably be a bit disappointed that you've got to get out of the big forward's ways.
Well, they could say, well, they probably tried to call Benny out of the way, but he can't hear because he's all muffled up with those head bandages on.
Did you teach him to take the contested mark as well back on the 12?
I promised I wouldn't say anything about this. Oh, this was your coaching.
I'm not bringing nothing back to Gisborne, mate.
I didn't say anything. I'm not allowed to mention him.
He didn't play for Gisborne, so...
Yet. Oh, Sonigan?
No, Lucas Shaw, mate. Yeah, that's why Sonigan didn't mark it.
Oh. No, not even commenting, mate.
Rux will go at it again. Way versus Miller. Nobody really wins a clear one there. Burkett just cruises past the ball out to Alchemade. He goes inside forward 50 looking for Panuccio. He can't get to that position. Lucas Shaw wraps it up again. Swings onto that left foot. Kicks up towards Sonigan, who leads out well. Gets up, but nice spoil. Comes down to Ali Kali. Ball comes out to Burkett, swinging it wide. The Redbacks down towards half forward. Really probably just need to get some forward momentum here. Ball goes off the ground, inside forward 50. Coming up is Raymond. Picks it up, feeds the handball out, gets to Benny Way. Right foot snap to the top of the square. Is just coming out and attacking the football. He's gone. He's
huge tackle, Joel DeHaas. Huge tackle.
Matty said wrapped up and holding the ball.
Don't know if holding the ball was the right call there. I thought it was a bit hot, but the tackle was real rock solid. Yeah,
fantastic tackle. I think it's Purcell that's ended up with the free kick here. But
see, that's experience. You take it off the young kid.
Yeah, that's right.
Walk back and say, I laid the tackle.
Purcell's been 19.5 maybe, so he's just taking off the younger kid.
No, that's why, mate. I'm not commenting.
Purcell.
Very important kick for the Redbacks.
Need a goal here, the Redbacks. The Bombers have had all the momentum in this quarter. This will be against the tide. Purcell comes in, right foot kick straight over the goal umpire's hat. Great goal for the Redbacks. They go to 8-4-52. 1 point behind the Bombers, 7-11-53.
Yeah, you mentioned that they just needed forward momentum in that call, and that's exactly what Joel DeHaas did on the outer right forward flank. Just kicked the ball off the ground, get another 30 metres. Nath Raymond attacked the ball hard, and the rest is history.
So Miller's come off and Stead's gone into the ruck, and this is when they become vulnerable.
So they've certainly looked that way over the first couple of quarters, right? So
it's see how they set up. Tarkston's gone on the defensive side of the circle. Hayden Ross, up it goes. Stead actually won the ruck contest. Darcy Lockins, one way or the other, tries to get out. Well tapped forward. Redbacks go forward in through Burkett.
Spoil.
Ball hits the deck. Quick snap on goal and missed. And that's from Will DePetro.
Scores tied up again.
That was a beautiful kick into Raymond, but that spoil from Lockie Tarkson was special.
Yep.
I think if Raymond had that again, he'd put their hands out because he never ever likes when people spoil from behind him, and that he invited that in. But he is limping, so.
Bryce Williamson up short looking for Williamson for his other half, his brother. Keep it in the family. Kicks out wide looking for Matty Said. Right in front of the Romsey coach's box, giving him all the advice. Just bangs it down the line, looking for Tarkson. Over the back goes.
Great mark, Lucas Shaw.
You coached that one into him. That's another one. Gavin coached into Lucas Shaw. Pops it up high, looking down for Stead.
Oi.
Ball hits the deck, and it's going to be an unrealistic attempt. The free kick's going to go over to Ben Way, the big ruckman for Romsey.
I'm not sure about that one from Stead.
Well, he's a bit shorter than him. Into the middle of the ground.
Danger.
Oh, it's a turnover. That's really, really dangerous.
Great
Oscar Bazanko's wrapped up.
Marcus Tucker. That was a very, very lazy kick from Ben Way there. There was no oomph behind it. There was no...
It was
just...
He's a
Do I need to say anymore?
Yes, he is a very skilled ruckman, though.
Taps it forward, down onto the ground. Croft, out to Alchemade. Steps in, out to Tarkson. Tarkson back to Croft. Croft to Ross. Ross is well tackled. Balls, and he's been pinged for throwing the ball, and it's going to be a free kick to the Redbacks. Down there to Callan Sankey. Sankey kicks out wide. And they take the ball deep in defence half forward for them. Half back. We kick it in. Kick long down the line. Tapped out there by Reardon, and the ball's going to be thrown in on centre wing.
Since the first quarter, Reardon's really got back on top of Jack Jedwab. So, we spoke about in the pre-game that both coaches said that he's been a good matchup for Jack, and he's really proved it.
Rux will go at it again. Stead versus Benny Way. Way's going to win this one down to where all the numbers are, so a great tap. Romsey going to feed the ball forward down towards half forward. Jebwab comes up at it. He gets to this one. Takes the mark. Always those scrap kicks that benefit the forwards. Jedwab goes inside forward 50. Raymond's fallen over, and it's going to turn over.
Again.
Horton, just brave as they come, cuts it off, plays on quickly, pops it over the top to Azili.
Tommy E.
Azili. Oh, that's a dangerous kick. He's gotten away with it. Squared it up, found Alchemade. He plays on with that left foot kick out wide, looking for Bryce Williamson. He takes the mark, plays on quickly, switches back in. He's under pressure here. It's really well done. Great pressure from Muir as he forces him out of bounds. Well done, young Muir. And they're going to have a stoppage 48 metres out from goal.
That was good play. He just cut him off and took out the angles and forced him to put it on the ground and put it out. So the umpire with the best mullet in the RDFL is about to throw it in. Punch forward. Redbacks with numbers. Ball bounces over the head. Bazanko handballs it off into the middle. One way then the other, looking to rear. Now there's an opportunity down here for a bit of speed for Travis Martin. If he can just pick it up, Ali Khalil's all over him to back. No point trying to go for a free kick, but Travis, you've got to work a bit harder than that, and they're going to run it out here. Oh, it's one good tackle, good pressure tackle. The umpire's gone for a sling tackle.
He held on
again.
to him a bit long.
And it's a free kick down there to the Redbacks, deep in defence. Play it short, hits up.
Tucker,
Marcus 38. Yeah, he was down the bottom of the list. Tucker pops up high and long, looking for a marking contest on centre wing. Patterson punches it forward. Good tackle down there by Stead. Ball hits the deck. Players just piling on top of that. So our old mate Horton on the bottom, and we're going to have a free kick. A ball up right on centre wing.
A little bit of push and shove until Dylan Tarkson gets there, and then everyone goes nowhere, right?
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Rucks will go at it again. Benway smashes it forward. Riddell are picking this off now. That's holding the ball. Our man Horton just got done there, but he's done well to hold this up.
Well, it landed in his lap and he was stagnant with trying to go forward.
Oh, switched into the middle of the ground. He's taken his eyes off the footy, but off he goes. Walsh has a bounce down towards the wing, kicks up towards half forward. Jedwab out in front, takes the mark. His opponent's fallen over, so takes advantage. Right foot kick inside forward 50, looking for Raymond. He can't pick it up off the boots, and the ball's going to be forced out of bounds.
I know, as
a throw-in.
Riddell will be really happy that if J-Bob's getting the footy, it's actually well up and outside about 60 metres from goal because he's not that dangerous out there. So it's good play for the Riddell Bombers, pushing him up high.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate Raymond out of the square, but at the moment those kicks have just been a little bit at his boot laces. As the ball comes out again, good pressure in there. It's going to be too high, and Riddell's going to take the free kick and the relief.
Yeah, Romsey's got to remember that Nathan Raymond is 36, not 16 anymore. He can't be kicking at his toes.
Well, we don't use age as an excuse. Zanko kicks it along down the line, pushed out underneath, and the ball's been turned over and a good intercept mark. Plays on, drives it along, back to where it came. Over the back is ours, Jesse Horton again. He's been knocked up taking the ball today.
Yeah, he's going to have a sore foot, a bruise on the top of it with the amount he's had.
So Horton, he just kicks it back where it come from. So playing kick to kick down the line. Ball hits the deck. Bombers down there with numbers. Taken for Lucas Shaw. Kicks it long, looking for a marking contest. Panuccio. Handballs over to Dylan Tarkson. This is where they're dangerous. Khalil's chasing him. Tarkson takes off and he's put it out of full. And should have done a little bit better than that.
That is probably the first time you'll see Dylan Tarkson panic in the forward 50.
I don't reckon he panicked. I reckon he was halfway through his celebration, thinking about that celebration, and now he was going to run around with the guns up.
He hasn't kicked one yet, but when he does, we'll all know about it.
Absolutely. He loves to celebrate a sausage. As it comes out towards half-back, big long kick, great mark, strong mark, taken out here by Sam Wilson. Kicked a nice goal in the second quarter, Sam. Pops the ball over the top, finds his teammate, Callum Sankey, had plenty of the ball. Tarkson does well to keep Ali Khalil out of the play. Sankey plays on, kicks long towards centre forward. Jeb Wobb in a marking contest, had his name all over it. If he turns around, he's got Benway. He's got his opponent out of position. No. It's a high kick down towards Burkett. He's in a 2-on-1, but he marks it. Fantastic mark. And just a talented kid, Matt Burkett, and he'll go back and have a shot on goal.
He's definitely made that kick from Jack Jedwab look much, much better than it was.
I was wondering to see what you were going to say about that kick because he just banged it up.
He did kick it for Burkett, but he got way too high rather than trying to kick it over the back where he was running.
I reckon he was going for Benny Way.
Yeah,
I thought he was going for Benny Way. I think it just come off for the side of the boot a little bit, but Burkett, again, we saw Patterson do it in the second quarter. And we've seen Burkett there, just great body use. Comes in, left foot kick is on its way. Goal to Matty Burkett, and Romsey will take the lead once again.
So Burkett, he's kicked 2 for today.
And the Redbacks have settled. After Riddell dominated the opening stages of the quarter, Romsey's really settled into this quarter.
Yeah, that's a huge turnaround from Dylan Tarkson running into what would be a cherry soda for him to come down the other way, bounce back that quick in transition, and to 12-point turnaround. So huge swing for Romsey.
Well, it's 18 scoring shots to 13, so those 5 extra scoring shots, if they were goals, this game would be nearly all over.
Oh, and Tarkson's kick went on the full too. So,
I mean, 9 out of 10 times Dylan would kick that.
Rucks will go at it again. Our man Miller back in the ruck, but Way wins this one down. 2 Romsey players just collide with each other. They've got to make sure they open that up as players dive on the ball, and we'll have another bounce.
We've only probably moved about 5 metres out towards the wing. Way up against Miller. Umpire throws it up. Way, as he's been doing it, he just punches it forward. Oh, Tarkson's on the bottom, and he's been hit hard down on the bottom of the pack. And that was Matty Burkett, who's made sure Dylan knew all about that one.
If you take a look into the Riddell forward line, they're all set up in the I formation, straight line, so they've got plenty of space to lead into if the ball gets come out quickly.
He pushed him underneath the ball, but it was tapped forward, and that's a good tackle, and we're just going to have another ball up right in the middle of the ground. We haven't not moved one bit, stoppage after stoppage.
Going to be some sore boys tomorrow, I think.
They're going in hard. Umpire throws it up again. Way taps it forward. Numbers there for the Redbacks. Hand out the back. There's been a free kick, though. And it's going back to Romsey. And they're going to bring it back onto... Oh, hang on. There's a bit of push and shove going on. And then there would be... I would dare say that would be a Croft in the bottom of that.
Yeah, I think that was Panuccio and Tarkson, yeah.
Be careful not to give the 50 away. Down long looking for Jebwob. Ball hits the deck. Jebwob roves his own ball. Pops it out. A flying shot at goal. And he's missed it. Oh, he's gone. There was a good Corey Purcell tried to claim it, but he went over the line.
He juggled that over.
He's full of no one Purcell there.
So they're on fire at the moment here. The Redbacks.
That's a dangerous kick.
Lockens should turn this over. Out to Way, the big ruckman. Said for the Bombers. Picks up by the big ruckman Miller, and he just bangs it up high. Worked underneath it. Down there was Ross to Miller, and the ball's a good tackle. Here it comes out again to Lucas Shaw. Shaw out to the Miller. Miller takes off, looking for a marking contest down forward, and that's Ross. Or Sonigan it is with a head bandage on.
Yeah, beautiful options there from Riddell. Did well to clear that one out in space. The Shaw handball out to Matty Said, and Matty Said just hitting up Sonigan. Beautiful football.
So to bring the scores back to level, Benny Sonigan.
Yeah, Lucas Shaw there, very smart. Didn't get sucked into the contest here right in front of us. Sucked out the back, and then he set up to play. And they had 4 running, so they had them all going forward.
Sonigan, kick is on its way. It's coming back. I know that Paul wanted to write that one off early, but it's bent around and straight through.
I said that was going through the points, but it's curved at the last minute.
Great goal for the Bombers. Brings the scores back to level. Obviously, Bombers with the scoring end in this quarter, although this game hasn't really been played with the scoring end, despite a little bit of breeze at the bottom end, Tom.
No.
It hasn't been at end. It's been in waves of momentum rather than a specific scoring end. So both teams are really getting momentum at certain stages, and then it has to be wrestled back by the opposition.
Just ebbing and flowing. So 59 each. The scores are level. Up it goes. Ball hits the deck. Alchemade in there fighting hard. Out there through Lockens. Ball hits the deck. Alchemade again. Bombers with numbers. Darkson kicks it long down the line, looking for a marking contest. Shaw, but working back on the ball as well as the Redbacks. Kicks it long, looking for the big ruckman. He wants to take this. They're all over him, and that's a good marking by Ben Way under enormous pressure. And
that's
50 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, Panuccio, you're a bit better than that. And every time we've given a 50 away, they've got a goal out of it today.
And Benny Way's got to move the footy because the Riddell asked once again, just caught out a little bit.
Off to Ali Khalil. Ali kicks it long, looking down for the big forwards, but that's a great marking defence by Reardon. Reardon plays on quickly. Kicks out wide, and that's a good mark out there to Harry Sloss. Sloss just pops it up high.
Oof.
That's not a good kick. But Bazanko's working there. Khalil, he's just too fast. Grabbed without the footy, but no free kick was given, and the ball's going to work out of bounds in the half, just shy of the forward half in front of the Macedon Rangers glass sign.
Yeah, hard work there by Ali Khalil. He was on this side of the ground, received the wraparound handball from Ben Way, then quickly was able to get back into defence to afford that spoil.
Rucks will go at it. Miller tries to come from over the back. Ball's going to be fed out to Hayden Ross. Gives it back to Tarkson. Long, low worm burner inside 50. A fumble there from Peavy. It's wrapped up though. Panicio came through, but Peavy did well to recover. Wrap him up, and we're going to have a bounce.
Got him by the fingertips on the jumper then and flipped him around.
Animated Matt said trying to get back on the ground here. Was calling hard for his teammate to get off the ground.
Rucks go at it again. Tarkson versus Way. Both players got their hands on the footy. Players are diving in quickly out the other side. That's a sausage. That's Tommy Alchemade again. He's kicked, three for the day. Just beautiful positioning from Tommy Alchemade and a great finish. Fantastic goal. The Bombers hit the front.
What a cracking game of footy we got here today. Alchemade has been really all over the ground. He's been really important player for the Bombers today. Good ruck work by Dylan Tarkson too. Every time he takes a ruck in the forward line, he's super dangerous. A bit like when Tommy Hawkins does it for Geelong. Same sort of outcome seemed to get. He either gets it himself. Is a 6-6-6 going to be called here in a sec?
Should be a 6-6-6. No, he's going to get in there in time.
Yeah, it was very well done by Tommy Alchemade. Hit that contest at pace and somehow was able to jam it on the outside of the boot. They can't kick him straight in front, but he kicks him on the run.
Yeah. Another banana. Rucks go at it. Way just holds his ground, wins it, grabs it out, kicks inside 450. Burkhead eyes on the ball. Maybe it was good that they almost had a 6-6-6 because he got pushed out of the middle into the forward 50. Now he's going to have a set shot on goal.
And
what's going on here?
Blood rule or... Yep. Going to take it off and let's see who's clever.
Seriously, if it's not pissing out blood, let him go. Matty Burkett, big kick here.
So that's where Tommy, the young players, made a little error. When the umpires, you just wander up a little bit.
It's going to be, his kick's going to come after the siren, so massive kick. These ones are always momentum builders. If he can nail this, Romsey go in with a heap of steam into the last quarter. Burkett steps inside the 50. Left foot kick is on its way. It's going to drop short. And there won't be any score as Bryce Williamson marks it. And at three-quarter time, Riddell, 9-11-65, leading Romsey 9-5-59.
So 3 goals to 2 that quarter for the Bombers. That's why they're a goal up. So those goal kicks in that quarter was Ben Sonic got the one, Alchemade got one, and Lucas Shaw. And over for Romsey for that quarter, Corey Purcell and Matty Burkett, who had that flying shot in the last minute there.
Yeah, so again, we said before we thought the wind might have died down, but Burkett got under that ball, put it up into the sky, and the wind just held it up and didn't make the distance.
So one thing we haven't touched is better players so far for the day. I'll throw it to you two experts. Where are we going with those? Romsey first. No, don't go to Romsey to him. He'll give the whole team the vote.
I'll give the Riddle best players.
No one?
For me, look, I would have come here expecting it was going to be Tarkson. It was the Tarkson show, but it's got to be Tommy Alchemade and Lucas Shaw for me. They've been 2. Jackson Wadden's had a great burst through the middle. Cal Williamson's kicked 2. Miller's done very good work in the ruck there. Reardon, besides that, probably the first 6-7 minutes of the game where Jack Jedwell was all over him, Reardon's fought back really hard. So, but for me, it's Cal Williamson, Tommy Alchemade, and Brody Miller.
The Redbacks, throw it to you.
What? Sorry, Tommy. What? All of them? What? Oh, okay. I think Ali Khalil's been really good across half-back for them. Matt Burkett really came into the game in that quarter of footy. Been very good. Corey Purcell's been impressive. And Callum Sankey's almost had his own football. I mean, you missed out on Jesse Horton, who I think we've had Horton versus Sankey across those half-back lines where both of those guys have sort of had the ball on a string.
And you nearly have to throw Benny Way in as well. I mean...
No, he's taken one. The guy's got size. He's got advantage. He's tried to punch the ball out of the ruck. To be honest, I've been pretty disappointed with his game. Miller's out-rucked him when he's been in there. Way's had the advantage when Stead's been in there. But a guy like Benny Way, who's been in as many marking contests as he had, for one mark, which he took here when he ended up getting the 50, the guy should be a standout here in this game of footy, and he just isn't.
And he gave away a 50, which led to a Riddell goal.
Yeah,
And, Riddle's up by a goal now, so every little bit counts. So
Are you saying something negative about a Romsey player?
you can say whatever you like.
I think
I have two eyes, and I'll call out of both of them.
Yeah, one's red and one's black.
The other one for me, who's been really impressive, and I haven't seen a lot of him, and you guys have, so you've got it over me in that. I'm really impressed by Darcy Lockins.
Oh, yeah.
He's just got a lot of energy. He buzzes around, finds the footy, uses it well. He's been really impressive too.
He's a terrific little player, and is a bit of a barometer from when Darcy's up and going, so are Romsey. So, and they threw him in the middle, which is a position we haven't seen him play a lot. He's always deep forward or buzzing around the goals, and he is a known goal kicker. So they've probably thrown their structure out a little bit by putting Darcy up into the middle of the ground. That quarter then, like Matty Panuccio, I thought he started to show a little bit, but then gave that silly 50 away, but Matty can be really, really dangerous. I've got to keep an eye on him. Ben Sonigan going to full forward, that's a great move they've done, putting Stead back down the centre half back. So they've done some good moves to try and give him some options, especially out of the middle of the ground. Really no one's dominating the middle, apart from the Wade wanting to punch the ball forward all the time. The rest of it has all just been around the ground, the dominance of the players. And I would have to say, when Stead and Miller were both on the ball, they did have it over way around the ground, that's for sure. And they probably need to look for Way a bit more, and he's got to learn to bring the ball to the ground to the advantage of his smalls.
Yeah, look, I thought it was probably the best game I've seen Darcy Peavy play in the back line too. Yep. But Lucas Shaw, he's been all over Nate Tassari, and Nate Tassari will try until the absolute final siren goes. But at the moment, Lucas Shaw's smart, getting him out the back as well, which has been great.
So Nate Raymond hasn't had a big day. Yeah, not like last time we saw him up forward where he kicked 6.
Yeah, he's out there hobbling around, so I don't know what's happened, but there was probably 2 or 3 times in that quarter where he had his man beat on the lead, but the kicks were just horrific to him. And I did mention he's 36, might be 35. I don't know what it is. It's one of them.
Keep mentioning that.
It's one of them, but you don't want those sort of low bullets at your toes when you've finally got some space on your man. You want them right out in front so you can just bend over, take the mark, and off you go.
So all important. Last quarter for one of these teams for the year. We've got Riddell up by 5 points. I'm still sticking with the Bombers, mate. I just think that the next goal will make all the difference. If Riddell get the next goal, it'll be interesting to see how Romsey respond.
Yeah, look, I haven't changed my tip the whole day. I think at the start I tipped them by 5 goals, I think, Riddell, because I just couldn't trust Romsey. This is probably the best I've seen them play in the first 3 quarters. They haven't really dropped off at any sort of part, but Riddell, again, if they had a kick straight, the game might have been over anyway. So, look, Tarkson hasn't had a huge influence, but when he does get it, though, geez, he makes his impact known.
Well, if he kicked that goal in that quarter, and when Dylan Tarkson kicks a goal, he's so enthusiastic and he lifts that whole team. Yep. So, if they can keep him goalless and that sort of stuff, it does keep the Riddell Bombers down a little bit. Really important player. And look, I honestly believe he's the best player in the competition.
Yeah, so both teams are now split from their huddles. Probably another minute or 2 before we can clear the ground, but look, the first 5 minutes of this quarter is going to be red hot.
Yep.
The pressure's going to be right up, dialed up to 100. It's just who's going to be able to make the most of it, who's going to take the ball cleanly, and who's going to be able to get that first score on the board.
Well, Romsey will have the benefit of the scoring end with a bit of breeze there. Let's see. Generally up here at Woodend, the wind picks up towards the back end of the game, so they might be able to get a bit of extra wind. That'd help them out.
I love you done the air quotations there, Gav, where no one can see us. That's fantastic.
No one can see me.
So with the wind blowing to the right of the screen, all the crowds to the left of the screen, which would nullify it because everyone loves kicking a goal in front of the crowd. I still think left of screen's the goal kicking, the scoring end.
So Brody Miller will start in the ruck here against Ben Way. Nath Raymond back in the midfield against Tommy Alchemade. Pertzella against Dill Tarkson. Hayden Ross versus Will DiPetro. So it's all in there. Ball goes up. Brody Miller wins it down. Tries to get the clearance, comes out as Matt said, jabs it on the boot, goes to the defense, forward 50. Lucas Shaw can't quite pick up the bouncing ball. Ross does. Handball's over top looking for Panuccio. Darcy Peavy gets back in front, and they just rip each other both down to the ground. It'll be a ball up just inside the boundary line, right forward pocket for Riddell.
They're fierce tackles, aren't they? Lucky we don't have a sling tackle rule, really, that we can see and have a look later on, because some of these boys have been driven right into the turf.
Ball goes up. Ben Way straight into his back.
Ben, that was stupid.
I know he likes to use his physicality.
And the one person you don't want to give a free kick to inside forward 50 is Dylan Tarkson.
And Dylan will play on from here. You watch.
So Chris Petroro is very smart. He's watching Dylan at the corner of his eye too. So Petroro's going to make sure that if Dylan comes off the line, he's running straight in.
Dylan will be coming off the line.
I'll tell you what, if he kicks this, he's the type of player that just sets momentum off. Tarkson comes in, deliberate approach. He's not going to play on, so Paul Turner was wrong again.
Nothing unusual.
Straight kick. It's on its way, and it's going to miss just to the right. As Riddell take a 6-point lead.
He's kicked about, 3 or 4 points so far this game.
And one on the full.
Yeah.
So, unfortunate miss there, because I'll tell you what, that might have lifted. We might have heard the crowd well and truly take off then. And that's the thing, the crowd's still a bit subdued when it's a one-goal game. Come on, guys, make some noise out here.
There is. The crowd is made up by a lot of different clubs today. We've got Woodend Heskett here, obviously being their home ground. We had all the netball clubs staying around. Ali Khalil brings the ball in deep from defensive 50. Gets pushed over out the back by Raymond. Lockins gives the ball. Handballs off to Raymond on that left boot. Swings it around. Gets out the back. It's all Romsey here with the numbers, but the ball bounces favoured. Riddell. Matt Burkett gets back on it. Gives a great handball here to Corey Purcell, who runs in and kicks the first goal. Important goal of the last quarter. Corey Purcell. And has kicked his second of the day.
Yeah, beautiful play there from Burkett. The ball bounced the wrong way, and I thought, oh, geez, he's been set up here. He had great body position, outplayed his opponent at half forward, and after the bounce of the ball, I thought he was going to be robbed of looking good, but followed it up, won the footy, set his teammate out into space.
For all the forwards, he's been probably the most damaging, or the one who's had more opportunity than even Jack and everyone else, because he's playing that deep forward role, and he had a shot right on three-quarter time as well.
Yeah, I thought that ball going right up in the air, I thought he's going to get put straight in hospital there. It was the smallest one at the front of the pack. Somehow worked out for him.
Rucks go at it again. Way versus Miller. Miller wins it down again. Quick attempt at a kick. Doesn't come out. That's too high, and we're going to see a free kick. It is going to go to Hayden Ross, who's used the ball beautifully today. Probably hasn't been as prolific as he can be. Goes inside forward 50, and Lucas Shaw's in space. Doesn't take the mark. It's spoiled to the ground. Romsey going to get a clearing kick. Ross comes back with the flight brave. Ball bounces past Stead. I think that was Lockins overruns the footy. Players will dive in again. Williamson goes in head first. Probably could have got a free kick, but the umpire says, no, duck your head. We'll have a ball up.
Very, very well tackled by Will DiPetro then. Just rolled him over, made sure he protected the head.
The ball goes up here on centre wing. Ben Way tries with another big fly swat, misses again. Matt Said gets the clearance, sends it on the way. Dylan Tarkson versus DiPetro. DiPetro took his eyes off the ball. So it was Newnham. Great tackle at the back. Corey Purcell.
He should have given a handball off there.
So Corey Purcell will take it. Half back flank. Looks down the line. Short chip looking just for Nath Raymond. Raymond takes the mark.
I'm not happy with Nath shaving off his beard. He doesn't stand out anymore.
Nath chips it over, finds Sankey. Sankey runs on, sends it down forward. Ball goes over the head of Jadwab, but he flies back. Can't quite complete the mark. Bryce Williamson gets the handball out. Intercepted by Nath Blair, deep in the pocket. Sends it back inside the centre of the ground. Jedwab runs into it, kicks a goal. Jack Jedwab. Nathan Blair was able to keep the ball alive there. Jedwab just kept working.
Just a bit of hustle from the Redbacks there.
First 2 goals for the quarter and put them in front.
Yeah, they just hustled. They worked harder then. We see, again, quick ball movement from the Redbacks. It catches Riddell out because at times Riddell just don't transition well as they have in the past.
So I'll just give you a piece of advice. Just give him plenty of room if Romsey kick the next goal.
So, Paul, you did mention
incredibly excited.
You did mention at the start of the game that Romsey were more the structured goals, the hitting up the lead, hitting it, and Riddell were the ones that chaos football. It's switched this quarter. There hasn't been any pretty play for those 2 goals that have been scored. It's been the chaos style that Riddell was.
It's been going a whole 4 minutes, 40 seconds, so give it time.
No,
I'll leave it up to you then.
I think it's been a bit like that all day, though. Both sides, there's been a lot of pressure. We haven't seen a lot of massive. I mean, Riddell's probably hit up more with the Alchemade stuff, but Rucks go out at way, tries to go out of mid-air. Burkett out of the middle, inside forward 50, looking for Blair. He can't mark it. Williamson out the back, picks it up. He's under pressure. He's gone. Jedwab has run him down.
Oh, and hurt him too.
And we're going to have a free kick here to Jack Jedwab, who can go for 2 in a minute.
Great start from the Redbacks. The big forward, he's come good when they really needed him in the last quarter.
That was an absolute spear tackle.
Well, that was a bit of a stretch. It was a good tackle. Wrapped him up and rolled him.
All right. Well, let's all just take a nap then and be boring like you.
He's from the nursing home, mate. All right?
Jeepers.
It is afternoon tea time there.
Get up and about. That's how we get the fans up and about. Jedwab comes in. Right foot kick is on its way. He's missed to the right-hand side.
Oh, he was willing it too.
He was riding that one home. As Romsey now 11-7-73. Riddell 9-12-66.
Let's see what the Bombers have got in their tank and in their spirit.
So Bryce Williamson, after being ridden into the ground there by Jedwab, brings the ball in, but turns the ball straight back over. Will DePetro.
He's probably still shaking.
Let's give Williamson a benefit of a doubt there. He's been great all season.
He's probably a
little bit wobbly there, as we see young Eden Jedwab here walking around stressed.
He's on his 5th smoke for the quarter. It's a big kick for DePetro.
He's on his 3rd set of walking shoes too. He's done that many laps today.
Yeah, he's building a moat around the commentary.
In comes DePetro. Hop, skip, jump, kicks it on its way, and he's kicked it to the left. So 2 points in a row.
Keep it a minute. Right. Couple of really good opportunities there for the Redbacks go begging.
Handy points. Am I allowed to say that now? Handy
points. It's Williamson will bring it back in. He hits a target this time. Tommy E takes the mark in the back pocket. Little bit indecisive, but pops it out over the top. He's put it on the full. Oh, Riddell are just making some mistakes here. As Blair plays on quickly, pops to the top of the square. Patterson's there, goes out over the back. Jedwab's in there. Purcell's in there. Those players are just diving in there now. That could have been a little bit high as Reardon lays the tackle, but the umpire's going to bounce it.
So what do we say? It's about 25-30 out from Romsey's goal here.
Yeah, about 25 out, I reckon.
So Nath Blair's going to take the ruck here. Up against Dylan Tuxton. Blair, tap out at the back. DePetro tries to back into traffic. Somehow gets a boot to ball. Williamson affects the ball. Comes down past Lockins. Williamson keeps the ball up. His ball smothered off the boot. Comes down to Purcell. Jedwab hit as he kicks. And it's through for, just scrapes through for a behind. So 3 points in the space of a minute here for Romsey. Really need to put this scoreboard, the pressure on the scoreboard here.
They look a little bit flat, the Bombers, at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, they've just got to break out of this area, really. You have to get some momentum 8 minutes into this quarter. I think it's scissored.
Dylan Tarkson's calling for it long, and that's where they're going to
go.
The
ball's going to come out long, down towards Lucas Shaw. He's 2-on-1. Gee, that's a good grab if he's taken it. No.
Touched.
We've got a crowd in front of us.
Jugging it over the boundary line. But, geez, he's good in the air, though, isn't he?
Yeah, just
because you coached him.
You know what? Probably because he's never been to Gisborne.
I'm not talking about Romsey or Gisborne. Come on, boys.
No, you coached him. You told us.
His rucks will go ahead it again. Stead back in the ruck against Way. Way probably just wins that one down. Shaw at the front. Can't take the ball. Burkett's over it. Shaw gets in there again. Purcell wraps him up. And we'll have another bounce.
And how's the cuddle from Dills Huxton? Just tackles Shaw in one arm and Burkett in the other arm. No one's going anywhere. Up goes Way. Somehow ball gets tapped down to him. Somehow gets a boot to the ball. Goes forward. Bounces in front of Raymond. And Said comes out via Purcell, kicks the ball deep forward. It's been a whistle.
Out of bounds. No, high. Free kick.
Purcell, is it?
Yep, going back to Corey Purcell.
Sorry, I was just blindsided by the timekeeper's box there.
You got legs, you can move forward.
I was watching the ball fly and I heard the whistle. So Corey Purcell absolutely in no hurry at all to move this ball on. He's going to get set back on his line. Has kicked 2 today, but I can't see him kicking this one.
This was where Williamson had his shot from too, wasn't it? The flying out on the full.
It was a horrible kick, wasn't it?
So Purcell taking every little bit of his 30 seconds in a lot of here.
He'll square this up, surely.
In he comes. On the runway now. Sends it to the top of the goal square, whether he meant it or not. That's where it went. Ben Way flies, but he can't quite grab it. Ball comes out through Matt Said. Sends it to the outer side, back flank, and sport from behind by Petroro. Managed to keep it in, but he's wrapped up. Handball goes back towards Burkett. Kicks on the right foot, which I didn't think he had. Comes Riddell, right. The ball's up here.
That's a throw, yep.
He didn't have a right foot.
No, it was on his left. It's taken by Horton. He's going to get the free kick. Horton drives the ball out towards centre wing. It's a poor kick, though. He turns it straight over to Petroro. And everything is starting to unravel here for the Bombers. Petroro goes to half forward. Mark's taken there by Lockins. Goes inside 50. He's got a teammate. It's Nath Raymond. Takes the mark. He's going to mark 25 metres out directly in front. And a massive opportunity here for the Redbacks to put a break on.
Break on. I would say it just about send them home, it will.
10 minutes, almost 11 minutes into this quarter. What a fantastic kick from Lockins with the square up to Raymond. Raymond just got great position.
So how old is he again, Tone?
I'll say 35 and a half. I don't want ages of him.
As he comes in, kick is on its way, and it is home. That is another goal there for Nathan Raymond. As second of the day, as the Redbacks now take a 15-point lead, a very, very handy 15-point lead at this time of the game.
I'll say this now, and I'll say it with all people want to criticise me, they can. I think the Bombers might be planning an after-season trip about now. Having a talk about it anyway, it might be a conversation point.
They certainly have to hit back quickly.
There's still 13 minutes to go.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of time.
And they are a very, very good team when they want to be. So the game is not over.
Oh, you fence sitters. Make a call.
We did. The game's not over. Ball goes up. Ben Way taps it down. Taken by Cal Williamson. Drives it straight back inside forward 50.
Great hit.
Great hit there. Is that Hayden Ross? Alchemade again.
I said it deliberately because you know everything I say the opposite happens. That's why I made that call. So Riddell can thank me if he kicks this.
So Alchemade already kicked 3 of the day. Has been the dominant forward on the ground. And he's just been a great hit-up leader, hasn't he? We've seen him around the ball most of the season. Now he's leading up, hit the ball, hitting it hard. In he comes. Sends it on his way with an instant reply. Tommy Alchemade kicks his 4th.
Game on. Paul, game on. 9 points. Beautiful centre clearance there from Williamson, though. Read the ball well.
What are you trying to
Gets
get me
out
to
to
say,
space.
mate? What I'm saying, everything I say, the opposite happens. So I've ridden Romsey home. That means Riddell will probably get up. I've made an early call, and every early call I make goes bad.
It's a very important goal there for the Bombers. They needed to hit back quickly, and they did. So it's just another opportunity. This game's just been back and forth all day. So let's hope that continues as the Rucks go at it again. Way wins it down, picked up by Purcell. He gets a quick kick out of the middle, down towards half forward, and it's going to be a free kick to Aaron Patterson. I think they were both holding, so probably a little bit stiff there, Bryce Williamson.
How quick did he put his mouth guard in his sock? Does that mean he's having a shot?
Yeah.
He wasn't even off the ground yet, Aaron Patterson.
Tato loves a goal. Don't worry about that.
Since you know all these Romsey players intimately, you're going to say he's going to kick it or not?
No, I think it's too far for Patterson, but you talk about Dylan Tarkson like a celebration. Aaron Patterson loves a celebration.
Well, we'll certainly see. He's kicked 2 already.
This will be 3 goals in less than 2 minutes between the two teams if Patterson can kick it. On the runway, right foot kick, he stabbed at it a little bit, down towards Jedwab, flies, can't take the mark. Ball hits the deck, Nath Raymond, snap around the body, he's missed it to the left-hand side. And it's going to make that a 10-point lead to the Redbacks.
So the ball will be brought in here by Bryce Williamson again. It's been a little bit dicey in his last few kick-ins. Plays on, sends it long to the wing, looking for Tarkson. Goes over his head and marked there by Purcell.
Gee, he's been really important for him this quarter, hasn't he?
Massive quarter.
Purcell chips it down short, finds Khalil. Khalil assesses the options. He's got a few in front of him. Goes very short there to Nath Blair. It's probably gone about 7.5 metres. So Blair has it. Blair's been called to play on here. Swings around, sends it up high. Centre of the goal square. At the back, the big contest comes down to Panuccio. Long way from home. Gets a handball out towards Basenko. Raymond's able to get in there. The ball will get out of bounds in the left forward pocket here for Romsey.
It's been a dirty day for poor old Oscar Basenko.
Yeah,
He is
just
nothing
afford
is
to
going
fumble
right.
that one.
Did we moz him at the start of the game? Because we wrapped him up about how well he played last week. Which
didn't,
he was.
you did.
He was so good last week.
Yeah, he couldn't afford to fumble that one. They're the type of ball that can give him some momentum inside forward 50 with some numbers. Rucks go out at Patterson's in the ruck for some reason. Ball comes down to Williamson at the front. He tries to feed a handball out. There's numbers there. Tarkson comes storming through. He feeds a handball out wide. Finds a teammate. Kicks up towards the wing. Stead flies, but Benny Way now starting to get in the way. Kicks towards centre half forward. Nice mark here. Sam Wilson. He's going to look to switch again. Ball comes out this side of the ground, and the mark is taken by Dean Walsh. Walsh marks just inside forward 50. He looks like he's going to go back and have a ping too.
He's about 45 out. Our Romsey Express reporter.
He'll certainly kick from
Goal
just
kicking
outside
ability.
50.
I don't know a lot about Dean Walsh, but the way everyone else has been kicking, I'm going to say he's going to fall short again.
Yeah, top of the square sort of stuff
The
again.
flags have completely dropped.
He's got on.
He's got on. That's a big kick, but it's going to fall short. Players fly. The ball hits the deck. Raymond just rips it out. He tries to feed it forward. Quick kick off the ground by Lockins. It's a goal. Sensational goal from Darcy Lockins. And that is going to make it very, very tough for the Bombers now, as Romsey move out to a 16-point lead. That 3-goal break again. Really important goal there, Paul.
So when they came out of defence, they kicked it along to the wing looking to get it out, and Big Ben Way was just standing there and plonked the arm.
About time.
And that's probably the role he's got to play now.
Absolutely.
He's got to start dropping that kick behind and start cutting them off, and that's what they did. They brought it back in, and a chaos goal for him.
I was actually going to say, I thought having a ping, kicking it that deep into the goal square is that's the easiest thing for Riddell to do, punch it through. They didn't punch it through.
No.
If you're going to top it up to the goal square, it's got to be 15, 20 out. So that worked out very luckily there for Romsey, I thought. Ball goes up. Way taps it down. In comes set off the wing. DiPetro gets it. He tries a bust through tackle. He's wrapped up by Panuccio. Holding the ball. Great tackle there. Oh, that's 50. Got to be 50. Yeah. That's silly.
It's resulting in a goal all day long when you give away a 50. And if I'm Pooch, I'm running as fast as I can there because he might get another one.
That's a very shallow 50. It was inside the circle.
Yeah, that's about
35.
No one's buying real estate off this bloke.
Can someone give the umpires a measuring tape?
So in comes Panuccio. Hop, skip. It's going to kick from just on the 50. Sends it high. There's no wind here to speak of. It's going to go through. That's the first kick that's made the distance today. And unfortunately for Riddell, it's behind. So that takes Riddell to 10, 13, 73. Trailing Romsey, 13, 8, 88.
He's run too far here and turned it over. Benny Sonigan's going to get an opportunity at goal. Ali Khalil, just a poor mistake. It's just, Hayden Ross has just ducked in there as quickly as he possibly could.
Good move, Hayden.
He's just gone, go on, Benny, run down to the goal line. I got this under control. Hayden not wasting any time on the runway with the hop, skip and jump. Kicks on its way, it's through. And that's a big goal here with the 18-minute mark of the quarter. It brings the game back to 10 points again.
2 scoring shots they go. Still going to kick 2 goals, and I don't know if it's in them, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 2 goals. These quarters have been going about 24 minutes, so they've got about 6 to do it. The difference is, though, Riddell kicks goals when they get centre clearances.
They do.
They've got to get a centre clearance.
And yet they've got Stead in the middle. I don't know why Miller's not in there.
Yeah, me neither.
Miller's sitting down here on a half-back flank.
He's been so good in there today. Benny Way's not jumping anymore, though, so they're probably back in the fact that Stead's jumping over the top of him. As Way wins that one down. Tarkson leads at the footy, though. Snatches it up, kicks to half forward. It's a poor kick, though. He's going to turn it over. And Ali Khalil is going to look to make amends for the last error.
Kicks it long, looking for Jedwab. Ball goes over his head. Bryce Williamson picks up at half-back. Sends it in the middle of the ground where Tarkson takes it in the set of circles.
It could be 52.
Again.
Nath Blair, very, very, very lucky there. Tarkson plays on.
That could be 52.
Comes around. They effective kick, but it's landed in the lap. Straight in the lap of...
Get up and move, young fella.
Is that Basenko? Oscar Basenko.
Now he's had a dirty day. And
this is the way to lift you. This is the way to lift you when you haven't had a great day. Get one of those scrubber ones to fall in your lap and kick a sausage.
And the flag here is barely moving, so there's not really any wind, so he should be able to make the distance here. In comes Basenko. This will give all the momentum to Riddell. On the way, sends it long.
Jeez,
it's gone straight.
It's a ripping kick.
Oscar Basenko kicks his first of the day.
And that's what happens when you've had a bad one, mate. You can kick one like that and she changes all of your fortunes.
He finished off badly last week and unfortunately gave that 50 away for Riddell to lose the game. And he's answered with a goal, and he's had a bit of a dirty day. So it's really good to see Oscar kick that goal. 3
points the difference. We've got a cracking last 4 or 5 minutes go here now, as we just tick over to the 20-minute mark. It is Riddell 12-13-85, trailing Romsey 13-10-88.
All important centre clearance here.
Ben Way smashes the ball forward to Panuccio. He's been good in that in the centre. Comes around. Tarkson throws the big weight around, gets a handle out to Williamson. It's all Riddell here. Croft takes a bounce after 2 steps, gets a running barrel, and it's spoilt through there by Luke Newnham. The running barrel's an interesting option there.
I don't think he had the
Well,
legs for
they've got
anything
their
else.
A-graders in there with Panuccio and Tarkson in the
Gee,
middle.
that was good from Tarkson, though.
So Jax Kinnear will bring the ball in now. Sends it up and hits Ben Way about 40 out from goal. Ben, another very lazy-looking kick from Way. Finds Darcy Peavy on the outer side flank. Peavy goes long down the wing. Jedwab, he's outnumbered here. Well done, Jordan Reardon, just bodied him under it. Takes a great contested mark.
Just looks like Romsey's just slowed it down a little bit now.
And that's the problem. They can't
They're
play
trying to
save
it.
this.
Riddle have got to win it. But
Reardon kicks the ball back towards centre half forward. Ross flies. Big spot at the back from Peavy. Riddle able to get the front and centre crumb through Ross. Sends the ball forward. Basenko. No, it's Alchemade. He can't quite pick the ball up. Romsey have the numbers. Ben Way's long way down for him. Peavy picks the ball up. Smiley gets wrapped up. Ball smothered off Luke Newnham's foot. Back in there.
Again.
He's going to get
ping
pinned.
the ball.
Wow.
He's going to ping him
Smiley plays on quickly. Sends the ball out over the head of
dear.
Patterson. Darcy Lockers gets it. He kicks it forward overhead looking for Raymond. Raymond lets it bounce. Handball's over his head. Patterson versus Wilson. Wilson falls over. Handball's back towards Miller. He gets the handball out to Tommy E. He can't quite grab it up. Patterson's picked it up. He's been wrapped up.
Umpire, what are you going to do here?
And the umpire says, I'll have it deep in the Romsey forward pocket.
Geez, she was a cracking passage of play there. I think the umpires let that or paid hold the ball for the duck or the throwing the head back.
Yeah, the umpires
play.
pick something out. Nope, throwing
The
it up.
Ginnivan play, that one. As the rucks go out at Benny Way, grabs it out of the ruck, tries to throw it on the boot. It's all Riddle there if they can feed the ball out, but Lockie Tarkson takes it over the boundary line and we'll have a throw in. 22 and a half minutes gone in this quarter. We've gone about 24 in most of these.
7 goals kicked for the quarter, so
yeah,
it'll be a bit of a long one.
She might run a bit longer. Rucks go at it. Way wins it down. Miller tries to feed it out. Purcell, he's had a massive quarter. Williamson wraps him up. And we're going to have a bounce 25 metres out from the Romsey goal.
What did you call this, Paul? Is this when they swallowed the whistle?
Yes. But there was a couple they missed.
So the ball goes up. Ben Way versus Stead. Stead uses his leap, taps it down, but it's just a mess of players. Raymond somehow gets his foot to the ball. Lockins flies, been hit from behind. Free kick, Darcy Lockins.
Oh, they played on. And
kicked a goal here.
There's a goal. I thought he missed it. Umpire is going to call it a goal, yep.
Who kicked it?
I'm not sure. Look, everyone's going over
Darcy Lockins with it was in the contest.
No, but it's all going.
But it's definitely been paid as an
Patterson, I think,
advantage.
might have kicked it.
Darcy Lockins coming off with a sore face, but that was a huge contest there. Just had eyes only for the footy.
I'll give it to Darcy Lockins, but I don't think he kicked it.
Yeah, he definitely didn't kick it. He was one put down in the contest, but the advantage was played on. I'm not sure who by.
Patterson.
Yeah, put it down for Patterson. Why not? Give him 3.
As you see, all the Romsey locals checking their phones, seeing how long's left on the clock.
That's a big score for them, though. It's going to be
Hang on, there's 666 going here. Is that a free kick? It's the first one for the day, I think.
Who's it on, though?
I'm not sure they're doing a count. No.
Here we go. Rucks will go at it again. Miller back in the ruck. He's going to leap. Way's going to win this one down. Ball comes out towards Wadden. He can't get it. Well done by Ross out to Williamson. Williamson swings the ball into the middle. He'll get it back. Going to try to take Kelly on. Gets it forward. Miller goes inside forward 50 on the right. Oh, Blair can't take the mark. Ball on the ground. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go to Riddell, I think.
In the back, I think that was paid.
That's to
Croft.
Crofty. Don't do anything silly, Panuccio. Oh, no.
Purcell's in there too. Tarkson's in there.
This is silly now.
Silly Bombers.
Croft, I'd play on and kick it before they lose it.
Marcus Tucker on the mark.
Croft's going to come in. His kick is on the way, and he's kicked it. So we're back to 2 points the difference. 13-14, 92. 14-10, 94.
We've had an absolute cracker here today.
Oh, what a game. It's back and forth. It's been back and forth all day, gents. Paul, just back and forth and back and forth, and we're still there in the depths of the last quarter.
Oh, gee whiz. I tell you, it's there's a bit of a conjecture. There's only about 45 seconds left on the clock. That's coming from the Iceman himself, the umpire of the year.
Ball goes up. Miller wins the tap out down. Comes to Way jams on the boot, goes high. DeHaas, Jedwab, strong hands.
Now he take his time.
Take as long as he wants.
That'll just about be game over if the clock's right.
Jordan Reardon couldn't have done anything more than that as his dad. His dad walking around, can't even bear to watch. Turn around and watch your son, Eden. So Jack has gone all the way back to the centre circle here.
Oh,
He's going to milk every second out of this, as he
Well,
should.
he's got 30 seconds, so she'll be just about over by the time he kicks
He's
it.
used most of it.
25 3/4 minutes gone.
I wish they didn't tell us that there was that long left.
Oh,
In
I hate when that
comes
happens.
Jedwab. Very deliberate approach. Straight in front, probably 55 out by the time he kicks it. Sends it on its
Oh,
way.
it's a beautiful kick.
It's going a little bit left, and he's missed to the left-hand side.
Go quick, Bombers. This is your last chance. Oh, he's been held up there. That should have been 50.
People yelling out 2 minutes left down here. It's all happening. Ball comes out of half back, straight down the middle. Jedwab's got his name all over it.
Was that Tarkson or
There's man
Jedwab?
in front,
Jedwab
Tarkson.
clearly took that.
Oh, Tarkson was man in front, but
He was, but Jedwab had
Yeah.
his hands on the footy first. That was clear all day. Jedwab, just send it long again. Don't worry about switching. Just get it as deep as you can. He kicks towards the forward pocket. That's a good kick.
Oh,
Great
great
mark by Raymond. And Nath Raymond will go back and have a set shot on goal
How old
with a
was he again?
3-point lead.
this is why he shaved the beard off. See that aerodynamics right there? That's he was able to get to there.
God. Just stand over here,
I've
mate.
heard it
'cause
all
this
now.
is gonna get,
I've heard it all
This
now.
is going to get ugly.
I'm going to call this because otherwise our people at home might not ever hear their ears again, or they might go deaf from the squealing.
Well, we could be like the sad sack in the corner and not say anything, like a church mouse.
Raymond comes in, deliberate approach. Right foot kick is on her way. It looks okay. It's close. It's hit the
He's at
post.
the post.
That ball swung left, right, and left again.
As they play on quickly here, the Bombers. Williamson goes straight down towards Tarkson in the middle of the ground. The players will fly. Ball hits the deck. Panuccio feeds a handball. Tarkson tries to shuffle it off the ground, but it's picked up and bombed forward by Walsh inside 50. Players will fly. They've just got it deep enough here. Stead just feeds the handball out towards the boundary line. Patterson will take the tackle, and we'll have a throw in Romsey's forward pocket.
I think they've done enough.
27 and a half minutes gone. Romsey lead by 4 points.
That was their last chance here
That
on centre
was.
wing. They really just had to clear it out of there.
Beard throw in right, deep in the right forward pocket. Up it goes. Jedwab's in the ruck. Jedwab gets to the front, punches it down. Raymond somehow gets his hands into it. They all just jump back on top. Works exactly in Romsey's favour.
Free kick. Oh,
Silly.
no.
Lockie Tarkson just pushed over Joel DeHaas.
Wow, that's good. That's the end of the Bombers for the year.
Yeah, that's just silly, really silly.
Yeah.
Any half a chance you might have had, just throws out the window.
Just take your time.
Because even if he misses this, the ball, they've got to get the ball back. It's just there's too much time here.
So Joel DeHaas probably kick from 30, maybe
Now
35.
Dylan's on his way down to have a chat too, I
Yeah,
think.
look after his brother.
In he comes. Joel DeHaas kicks a shank. He's missed to the right.
Oh, there's still an opportunity.
Now it's gone the other way. Bad kicking by Romsey.
45 seconds, you said, Iceman. You're well wrong.
3 minutes and 45 seconds, I think it's been.
Tarkson's going to play on order immediately. Runs, takes a bounce and bombs towards the wing. They have to clear the ball out of this. Ball comes
Free
down.
kick.
There's a free kick.
Oh,
There's
there's
the
the
It's
siren.
gone. Romsey win.
Romsey wins by 5 points in an absolute classic RDFNL final out at Woodend Heskett. What a day.
What a great game
What
of
a
footy.
game of footy.
14-13, 97 to 13-14, 92.
Well, if you look at it, we said bad kicking's bad field. They both had the same amount of scoring shots.
Oh,
so-
nice.
That was great football. All over. That was a
Yeah.
great game.
And it's good to see your heart levels just relax.
No, they're not. They're up and about. I get to go again next week now.
Oh, no. We calling another Romsey
Hold on,
game.
is that Saturday?
Sunday. It'll be Sunday
damn it.
against Woodend here at Gilbert Gordon Oval.
Oh, Woodend home game. Righto.
All right, guys, let's run through it. Paul, do you want to do the goal kickers, mate?
I'll quickly do the goal kickers. For the Bombers, Ben Sonigan won, Matty Panuccio's got one, Oscar Buzanko won. Tommy Alcomay with 4 goals was brilliant.
Yeah,
for
he
the
was
Bombers.
brilliant.
He was really good. Lucas Shaw too, because you trained him and taught him how to kick a footy. What was that?
Far out, I said.
Fluff. I heard fluff.
Far
I
out.
hope we can get rid of that. Cal Williamson with 2.
Jeez.
Nathan Croft with 1. Hayden Ross with 1. Sorry.
For Romsey, Darcy Lockins kick 2, Corey Purtell 2, Jack Jedwab 2,
Might not be back
Burkett
next
2,
week.
Yeah.
Aaron Patterson 3,
Maybe-
Sam Wilson
maybe
1.
Aaron
Well, we
Patterson
think, and Nate Raymond with 2.
We'd like to thank Gav for his contribution
that's
to the
it.
commentary in the last few years. We may not see him again.
I've had a long, distinguished career as commentary in the RDFNL.
Yeah, best players. Let's quickly go
no,
through them before we
that's
go
it.
off air. Look, we'll shoot over the Bombers. Tommy Alcombe was by far their best player. I was really impressed with Brady Miller. When he went in the middle, that made all difference. I think there was a bit of a coaching hiccup at the end. Why they had Stead there and Miller on half-back flank when they were getting beaten in the middle, they needed Miller to go in there. Jesse Horton. How good
he
was
was
Jesse?
fantastic.
I mean, he tried his backside off all day.
Callum Williamson was great.
The Williamsons were good. Shoot over the other side of the fence. We head over to Romsey. Darcy Lockins was really, really important. Corey Purtell's second half was brilliant. Really good. Ben Way in the ruck, he was the difference all day when he tried really hard, and I know you're going to say he didn't.
No, I didn't. I wouldn't say he didn't try. He tried.
No, but he was influential. There you go, I would say. Matty Burkett, we think Patterson kicked a couple.
Peavy was great.
Peavy was good.
Ali Khalil was fantastic as well.
A couple of their main players were good. I didn't think Nath Blair had the best game he's ever seen. He
was pretty solid, though.
Nath Raymond towards the end, how old is he again? You told us about
35 and 3/4 by the time
he's aging every time we talk about it.
Will Di Pietro's second half was really solid too.
And Cal Sankey.
Cal Sankey was great. Yeah.
So congratulations to Romsey. I mean, they've been a great football side all year, but they're finally starting to play 4 quarters of footy.
I think today proved that the top 5 this year in the Riddell District Footy Netball League is probably the most competitive top 5 we've seen in several years.
Well, you look at Riddell in the last 3 weeks, they've lost to Lanceville by under a kick, lost last week under a kick, and lost today by under a kick. So, I mean, it could have gone either way for them. It just wasn't to be their year. They probably need to go and have a look at trying to get a bit more height into the side and maybe
having their multiple ruckman injured didn't help, did it?
Yeah, you literally couldn't ask for a worse injury run for the 4 ruckmen they had. And they've tried hard. They had ebbs and flows throughout their season, but these two teams were coming in red hot in form.
Well, the Redbacks are red hot in form. They're going really well. So it's going to be terrific.
Yeah, their second half of the year was really solid.
So they've got really Woodend next week, and that'll be an absolute cracker because Woodend on their home deck, it will be their home deck game next week here. It's going to be a really interesting
The only
game.
thing Romsey have going for them next week is that all 3 of their teams will be here next Sunday, so their crowd should be up trying.
So you'll be sleeping here Saturday night, will you?
No, I'll stay here all week, mate. I'm not moving from this spot.
You're lucky spot. You'll be here next week.
I'll take a week
you
off work.
Next Sunday, the 3 of us will be in the same order. Don't move. Don't move.
Yeah. We don't know he's going. We don't know if he's
I'm
going
not
to
sure
be
about you. The Broadcasting Commission might have a bit of a chat to say about that.
My career's finished.
All right, we want to say thanks to Woodend Heskett. Great ground, obviously great facilities. Thanks to Red Onion as well for their help. Thanks to you two guys, and we'll do it all again next week.
Good
Thanks,
fun,
gents.
boys. See you later.
Guys.